Hi, and welcome back to the best thing you watched this week. Chris, did we catch you at a bad time? You all right?
I'm working as fast as I can on some things behind the scenes.
Right, okay. Welcome, everybody. Thank you if you're just joining us. We literally have just started these last few seconds. It's so good to be back here with you, Chris. We have a very interesting week to talk about of things that have been really eclectic. We're going to talk about entertainment news. New trailers have dropped for interesting things. I'm excited to talk about some of those, the entertainment news of the world. We're going to be talking about what we're looking forward to coming. Next week is another big week as we start heading towards the summer releases. You know, we're now February, March, April. Yeah, you know, April's a big month. March is just ending, and then from then on we're into those big months of movies, which I'm excited to finally get to. We're going to talk about a few big titles. I think Chris and I are probably both going to talk about Ghostbusters this week, or not. Maybe in the worst thing we watched. I've definitely got a few in that. And I'm excited to talk about Three Body Problem. That is definitely on my list to talk about this week.
Yes, most definitely.
How are you, Chris?
I'm doing good.
What time is it there in the US?
It's 9 a.m. where I am on the West Coast.
That's not too bad.
No, and just the reason I keep looking off is because we're trying something new. We're gonna I'm gonna try and showcase some images while we talk about the content that we talk about, so that it gives just a little bit more visual interest.
Okay,
maybe we'll see how that works.
Images related to the film, or like porn?
Dealer's choice.
Right, yeah.
No.
Way too early in the stream for that.
Yeah. No.
Chris is like, what is Ruben talking about? No, we're not doing that yet.
No, we're not doing that. No. That comes later, once we've established that we have a we've gone far enough in the stream to not become demonetized.
Would you ever do a really interesting niche in OnlyFans, Chris?
I have thought about selling feet pics. I have heard that is like ridiculously profitable. I don't know how I actually feel about that. I think it's probably pretty crazy and weird and creepy, but hey, you know what? If you're into that, that's okay.
I mean, people sell their farts and put it in a plastic bag. Yeah. And then
no.
And then you get like a whiff. That's their fetish.
Seriously?
I mean, if that's the case, I have so much gas to give.
Dude, I don't even know what to do with that. That is okay.
All right. Before we jump in, should we say hello to everybody in the comments?
Yes, let's do that. Hey, let me scroll all up to the top here. Harvinder, hello. Welcome today. We're glad you're here. Niket, thank you for joining us as well. I'm going to ban this commenter. That commenter is getting banned. Let's see, Chris Reslaff. What do we? Trailers galore. Shogun Amazes again. Oh my gosh. Deal or No Deal Island. I just can't. I'm glad you're enjoying that, but I can't do it.
I know. He cracks me up.
Mr. Flickster, good morning. Hello. Welcome. LJ, happy weekend. Yes.
Yes, it is.
It is a happy weekend. Yes, I'm glad it's the weekend also. David, hello from the UK.
You say David in Afrikaans, David.
David. Well,
David.
He's really from Ireland, if I'm correct.
Yeah, well, how do you say an Irish David? David?
Dawid?
David.
I don't know, David. I don't
Okay.
know.
Anyway,
No. Wait a minute. In Dairy Girls, the guy that Aaron likes is David.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just David. Yeah.
It is. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Noon in Niagara Falls.
How close to Niagara Falls do you think they live? Like, can you hear the water? Can you hear the falls?
I don't know, Mr. Flickster. Can you see it? What is it? Let's see. Let us know.
Send us a picture, like on a tweet or something.
There you go. Bunny Dojo, Rabbit Care and Bun Fun. So Arthur the King. Okay, I've heard some good things about this. But the dog should have been in it more. That's odd. That it's. I thought it
Isn't
was
it
about
the dog movie?
That's what I thought.
That's odd. Okay.
Yeah, okay. But they put the real life stuff in the credits. I love it when they do that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but the original video it was based on was even better. So we
watch
should
the original.
just watch the original. Awesome. Sharam, thank you for joining us. Thanks for the super chat as well. Good evening from India. Awesome. Any recommendations? Well, hey, you've come to the right spot. We're going to be talking about a bunch of them. And Ruben gave me his list beforehand. Holy jeez. It's going to be the Ruben show, and Chris is just going to kind of be here. You know?
Yeah. Welcome, guys.
Yeah. So Sharam, thank you. But yeah, we've got, it's Three Body Problem, Late Night with the Devil, probably a little bit of X-Men 97, because I know Ruben enjoys some of that. He already mentioned Ghostbusters, and there will be more. I guarantee it. So, Chris Retzlaff, can't joke about feet after. Oh my gosh, dude. I have watched. I only watched one episode so far because I caught it in the middle, and it was the one with the interview with Drake Bell talking about Brian Peck. Ruben, have you seen this documentary?
No, actually, I read it as A Quiet Place, and then I realized you're talking about something else. Because I was thinking about the foot and the nail.
Oh. Yeah, no. This is a whole different thing. Dan Schneider. I was talking with my family. This is a total aside, but about Dan Schneider, and I love Better Off Dead. Okay, Better Off Dead is such a great movie, and it worried me about whether or not I could actually go back to Better Off Dead and watch it again because he's in it. But I think I might be able to, because in the movie, Dan Schneider is a creepy son of a bitch the entire way through. He is the bad guy. Not in the love life, but just overall. He's just very creepy and it's disgusting. And so I think it won't, I never rooted for him. So maybe that'll be okay. I hope. I haven't watched it since knowing all of this, so I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Sharav, good night. Is that a kind of like a good morning, or is that a bye? Because in America, that's what you say when you leave. It's like good night.
Good night.
Bye. So, okay. LJ Deal or No Deal Island, actually pretty good. Can't stand the original. Okay, good to know. I will not be watching it. I've watched one episode, I think, maybe not even a full episode of the Deal or No Deal.
Still not be watching.
Yeah, but that's okay. You guys enjoy it. It's totally more for you. So, okay, David's in England, not in Ireland. So, David.
Oh.
David.
Right. Why did we think Ireland?
Because there is a Patient D. And I believe his name is David, and he's in Ireland, and he enjoys a little bit of the herb. He and I chat back and forth. And
all right, you know there can be more than one David.
No, no. Chris Retzlaff is his first name is really not Chris.
Right.
It's
There's
something
only one
else
Chris.
because there's only. Sorry, stupid. Hola, Shiny. Welcome. Oh no, Ruben.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Flickster. Oh, who else was named Chris? You can't see or hear the falls from his house.
Oh, that's disappointing. You should move.
Everybody must imagine that like Niagara Falls is like this tiny little place.
Tiny place?
There's just houses around.
Yeah, exactly. Around the circumference of where.
Yeah, that's just dumb. But it would be so cool. Okay. Let's see here. Will you guys watch more Indian films, Animal, Leo, or two crazy Indian action films on Netflix? You know, it's based on the content that comes out in our time.
Yeah, if it's there in the new series, generally we cover what will do well and what I will enjoy. So
I cover what Ruben will enjoy also. No, it's pretty much based on whatever's coming out, what I have on the queue, and what I have time for. Because honestly, if I did this full time, I would probably do a lot more things. But this is the side gig. You know, work is work. So okay. Bunny Dojo, Arthur King. Okay, good to know. I am still here. Sarav, I don't know if that means that you're still around, you haven't left, or...
Maybe they're titles for films. He's gone, good night, something you need to watch, and I'm still here is something you need to watch.
Because I'm still here is, isn't that, what's his, Joaquin Phoenix's, like, pseudo-documentary type of weird thing?
No idea.
Okay, fair enough. What's your view on Poor Things? Did you like it?
I think we covered that last week, didn't we?
Yeah, Ruben hated it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yep.
So there you go. Wouldn't live that close to the falls. Too many tourists in the summer. Fair enough.
You know, I get that.
Yeah. Yasi, welcome. Finish the Gentleman. Outstanding.
Hey.
Love that show. Love that series. That was great. Can't wait until if they decide to do a second season, that'll be outstanding.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we're going to take a break from the
comments.
from the comments, and then we will come back. That sound good?
If
Ruben?
you want to. Yeah, it sounds
Okay.
fine.
You wanna? Should we do the best thing that we watched this week?
Yeah, we should. Do you want to...
Okay. Oh no! Wait a
Do
minute.
you want to do the movie quotes first?
Sure.
You don't have
Let's
to.
do that.
And we can just skip it
Yeah,
out if you want.
No. I do. I want to. Yes. Tara
I just
Briscoe.
heard typing like...
I know. I stepped out my keyboard for a mechanical keyboard, and it's all clickety clackety.
Yeah,
I
now
may
it
have to
sounds
switch
like
back.
you're on like a Stephen King horror where like, you know... Yeah.
You never know.
And you meet old lady from Misery.
Oh no, dirty bird. No. Mm-mm. No. Okay, so Tara Briscoe and Red Comet, you guys won last week. Congratulations. Apparently I was a little too hard.
I said it was. Yeah.
I know. So the answers were Gangster Squad, LA Confidential, Usual Suspects. It was like gangsters, crime type of thing, just because we had watched The Gentleman recently. And there you go. Okay, you ready for this week's?
Maybe.
Okay, fair enough. I think these are going to be, no. Anyway. Come find me when you wake up. Number 2.
Oh, I know that one. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you. What's Ron's weed room? It's a big room full of weed, and it's Ron's.
Nice.
Okay. If you could see your whole life from start to finish, would you change things?
Interesting. I might get all these.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
think you might. So let us know in the comments what that would be. You can either wait for the replay or put it in the chat. But if you put it in the chat, it sometimes we miss giving the shout out next week. Just so you know, not on purpose, just because the chat gets to be very long, and so there you go. But Ruben, can you hear my typing now?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a question for us?
What's your thinking on whether adaptations from books being made into TV series or films, how closely related should they be to the original work, or should they differ entirely? Because literally every time I do a review now for something that's been adapted, there is a large majority of people that have read the original work that really don't enjoy the live adaptation, because I think this comes to expectations of what's in your mind, that beautiful moments that you loved, and then you go into this adaptation, which literally is an adaptation. It's not the book, it's a TV series or film. And you're like, well, that's not like I imagined it, or that's not like what it said in the book.
What I have done recently is, even though I was trying to do to finish Three Body Problem before it came out. I have come to the conclusion that I should watch, or I should read after.
Yeah.
So watch the thing and then read it. Because what it does is it allows me to have an appreciation for what was created outside of an author's vision. And then I can appreciate the differences within that, because, when I read it, because I'm now building the world with myself,
Yeah.
I think you should stick close to it. I know Three Body Problem deviated in certain ways, because I read enough of it to know, there were some timing changes,
Well,
or
there
some
was
character
apparently,
changes.
whitewashing is what I heard.
Yeah. Well, what's funny though too is on this particular series, there's a big uproar, I guess, in, or at least among maybe Chinese audiences, that they feel, or it's being presented, that they are being
monsterized.
yes, and I don't know if that's because they haven't been, it's have they read the version? Have they gotten it? Do they have, I'm not sure what internet they have, so they're watching probably via VPN or something. But I do know that the translated version of the book opens differently than the original does.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the original has the opening scene hidden more in the middle.
Because there's another adapted version of that one as we're talking about it.
Yes.
The Tencent one, and apparently it's better.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's 30 episodes. In the US, it's on it's not on the Prime. It's on Prime right now. And so, yeah, I'm gonna dive into that now, because now I will have a little bit of at least time to do so. I'm not up.
So have they done all 3 seasons then?
I
'Cause
believe
30
they
episodes
covered all
is-
3 books. Yeah.
Yeah, massive. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So where do you stand? You stand on you read. No, you watch first, then you read. That
Yeah, I
would
try to
fix things.
I try to do that. That it seems to be better that way. But what am I trying to say? I think if you're gonna adapt something, then you should stick somewhat close to the source material, at least to the heart of it.
Yeah, I mean, I used to get upset with people that like would come in my comments and go, "Oh no, I love the book so much better." Like, and they really go down on like this version. I'm like, "What did you watch?" Like, I thought it was amazing. But now, from having been on the other side of Ready Player One being like my absolute favorite audiobook ever, and the immersiveness of that story, and then seeing Ready Player One, the film, for us as a family, it was such a disappointment. It didn't even come close to living up to that. I liked it, and it's Steven Spielberg, huge budget, but like for me,
Yeah.
the character not being overweight at the beginning when he has to exercise and get into that, they didn't have anything like that. There were so many changes that we were like, oh, what did they, why? And you say they still had the heart of it, but it
Yeah.
didn't feel like it had the magic of it. That was just our perception. So now I see from both perspectives. So
Yeah, there have
we
been many
we
times where
should be able to differentiate, I guess, put aside, but it's very hard to do.
yeah, it is. Well, and I mean, I've been very disappointed by by adaptations. I mean, one of my favorite books of all time is Relic by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child, and that movie, while people love it, if they combined two characters.
Right.
And basically because of that, they killed any type of series that could have come from it. Because the two characters are separated throughout the.
Other than Lord of the Rings, what adaptations come to your mind that they just nailed? Because when you look at it the other side, the scale is very small.
Oh,
They-
absolutely.
They absolutely got right.
Yeah, I don't think there's many of those.
Doctor Sleep is pretty accurate.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and there were some changes, but it also stuck to the. It stuck again to the heart of the book.
Yeah.
know-
Jared's Game, the short story, very
Okay,
accurate.
I haven't read that one. So okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It's an interesting topic, so let us know in the comments what you guys think. Love to
Yeah.
hear your thoughts. Should we dive into the best thing?
Let's do that. You want me to go first? You want
I better go first because I have 10,000 things to talk about.
Okay, which one are you going to start with so I know?
Gruff.
Oh, okay, that's the one I don't have images for yet. So
Brilliant.
Good.
Do you want me to start with
Good.
something else?
No, that's fine. Go for it. I'll see if I can add stuff as you go along.
Okay. There is a short movie that you can watch now on YouTube. It has about 4 million views. It's called Gruff. It is a live action animation. So what I mean by that is that it isn't animated at all. It's moved like stop motion with paper.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And it's done by pretty much one guy doing all the animation, all the editing. The only thing he's like edited out really is the strings of the puppets that he's created with the cardboard and movement. It's like one of the first of its kind, but we've had like games that are similar, but games use that like they generate it, they have a base. So it's very interesting, but the story, like apart from the incredible animation, the story is so heartfelt that most of the comments that people are like, this had me in tears. It's basically a true life story, a man's experience with a broken relationship with his father that he puts into this director and creator puts into this short story. So it's a story about a spy that just wants to prove herself to her father, but her father never says the words that she wants to hear. Rather, he's always just putting his hand on top of hers, like that's the way, like he says thanks. And it's all about what is your love language, what does love mean, what does it look like. It reminds me a lot of the Lifespan, that intro to Up, you know, that they're always going to that dream. It has that emotional weight and depth to it. It's really short, but it's one of the most interesting and clever short animations I've ever seen, just because of the new craft it does, the animation style, the beautiful story. This was a real privilege, and I urge everybody to share it, go and like it, go and watch it, tell your friends and family about it. You will not be sorry. It's really short, but it's so beautifully done.
And you said it was on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, just type Gruff and you'll find it.
Okay, cool. We'll try and remember to put that in the description as well.
Yeah.
So that it makes it easy to find. But that's really cool. Okay.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Is it like when you say short, how long?
Like 7 minutes or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. That's I can do that.
You can do that. Yeah. Everybody can do that.
Definitely. All right. Sweet. Okay. The one I want to talk about is one that you actually talked about last week.
Awesome. Yeah, I was looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Late Night with the Devil. Let's address the controversy right now.
Okay.
Okay, have
What's
you heard the controversy?
No.
You know the title cards that were in between, like the segments, like they would be going to a break or coming back from a break in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Those were created by AI.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The movie was made, shot, filmed like over 2 years ago.
Right.
So
before everybody was up in the hoo-ha about AI.
Exactly. Should they have used it? No. But again, this is an indie film, and really for what's on there, for how long they're on there.
I don't see an issue with this at all, actually, to be honest. Someone's taken the time. They probably still got paid to create the title cards using AI, and they saved a budget so where they can use it in other places in the film. Because when it comes to indie projects, you got to scrape every penny. You got to make it stretch.
I think the issue is that the person who used AI got paid, but the content that the AI grabbed, that person did not get paid.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
because
I mean, we definitely need to come to terms with what is licensed on AI.
Yeah, because you know that, I mean, some AI programs will utilize, like you pay through stock photos or something like that.
Yeah.
Other ones are choosing images just somewhere out in the internet, and then they're augmenting them.
Yeah, but then it's something new, and that's definitely fair use.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a touchy thing, but I like, you saw a lot of people just like being like extremely disappointed and almost calling for like a boycott of the film or something like that.
Oh, shut up! The film itself is amazing. Like, coming back from a church background, my dad used to say this: "Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater," which is basically saying there might be a slight issue, like maybe 10 seconds in a runtime of 2 hours, and you want to throw the whole thing out because of that, when everything else is magnificent. That's just stupid.
Exactly. Dastmalchian was phenomenal.
He was so good
in this. I mean, the naturalness at which he presented himself. Like I had said this in my review, that I legitimately forgot at times that I was watching a movie.
Yeah.
He was so inviting. Like, I would watch him as a host.
It felt like, that's why I said it felt so real and probably scarier than it was, is because it actually feels like you're watching Jimmy Fallon and Craig Ferguson you just switched on YouTube or one of your channels and it's live, and you're like sitting down, you're waiting for the guests to arrive. Here in the UK we have one of your favorites, Chris.
Graham Norton.
Yeah, Graham Norton. I love watching that show. It's so great. And that's exactly what this felt. Only that it was set in 1978. So, yeah, that's why I knew. Like, my mind could go, yeah, but this is old times. I'm like, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, well, and the fact that I loved the production value that they used in the effects on the broadcast part. Because you had talked about last week how, it's a 4x3, so it resembles what we got in, up until, good grief, I don't know, up until the early mid-2000s.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah. But then I love how the focus is just a little soft, and that the colors are shifted just ever so slightly. So it gives it that
because
over
that's
the
all the TVs, the bulbs, and the TVs could saturate. That's as far as they could go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when there were settings that you had to use that had
Did you
to
have the
comply.
push button TV?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I had the tick, 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 tick. Yeah, exactly.
Did you have test patterns for like when TV would end?
Yeah, because the national anthem would come on at like midnight or 2 a.m. or something like that, and that was after it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Because those of us in Gen X, we were
feral. They could be
feral.
using drugs in the park with their friends. Yeah, okay.
We weren't doing that. We were hanging out and drinking with our friends. Anyway, but no, yeah, I loved that part of it. The thing that I love too is this steady building of the story. That we get some it has a creepy tone on it
The
just
whole
from
way
the
through,
very
man.
beginning because
Yeah.
I mean and it's some of it is that ominous thing about like you have desperate people whose whose show is on the brink of cancellation. You know, so they're trying to do things that you know, how do we get ratings?
Yeah.
And then they bring in, you know, which is and at Halloween time, perfect timing. And you have that mentalist, but then, you know, at the beginning, I'm laughing because it's all of the crap. You know what I mean? It's that searching. It's the, and then as we go along, the slowly building, unsettling bits that are then interjected with skepticism. You know, and when we get to a certain part with the skeptic, the practical effects that come into play are like,
It's so gross, but
oh
yeah,
my gosh, it
amazingly
was
done.
disgusting and so awesome. Yeah. And that becomes the whole thing. And then once we move into the finale, I mean, that's, I, I don't know. I don't call that, I mean, the movie was haunting to me in a really, really good way because I woke up thinking about it the next day. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I talked to our youngest and his girlfriend were here and we all watched it together and like absolutely enjoyed it. We're just like, I mean, dumbfounded when it ended, you know. And then I was talking to my older kids and just I couldn't contain my excitement. Like I was like, oh my gosh, you need to see this. I can't wait for you to check
It's
this
so
out.
good when you have that feeling and you want to share. Oh, especially when you've watched it with someone and then you just talk afterwards. You know you've seen a good movie when you just there's conversation about the movie, which is
Yeah.
awesome. There is a question I wanted to ask you. Did you
Okay.
find it funny at all? Because you know it's considered to be a comedy horror, and I never found that. But you have
there
a different humor, a demented, dark humor.
Oh, is that what you, okay, good. At
yeah,
least you
yeah.
qualified that.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a little bit of dark humor in there. But it was not the laugh out loud like belly gut buster type of thing. You know what I mean? It was
Oh, yeah.
there might have been a couple of times here or there where I kind of guffawed or just like because of, and that would have been because of a look in a situation, you know, especially as Desmalchian would look at his like his co or his guests or his MC dude, you know, things like that. There, but it wasn't. I would sit this way more in thriller and horror,
Yeah.
especially horror at the end,
Yeah.
than even dark comedy. Like that would be. I would not put that in my head going into this if you've never seen it.
Okay.
So yeah, I love
I'm so
it.
glad you enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very good. So, should we go back to the chat?
Yeah. While you do that, I'm gonna step away for a minute, if that's all right.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me go to my solo. There we go. Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, let me find out. I'm going to scroll back up to the top where we left off. There's a lot of comments in here, so that's out. We got a good thing. Let's see here. Yasi started three body parts. I'm thinking the three body problem, but maybe you started dismembering somebody if that's okay. Fudge and Maid of the Mist. Chris, are these two things that were good adaptations, or again, part of it is our issue with asking questions and having discussions and then losing context within there? Red rum. Oh, let's see. Have we seen A Most Violent Year? I don't. Is that the one with what's his name? Vigo? If that's not the one, oh, Oscar Isaac and Jessica. I have not seen this one. Is it good, Niket? Has anybody else seen it? Most Violent Year. It's from 2014. Yeah, I've not seen it, but it has been one of those that's on the list to watch. In the U.S., it looks like it's on Max maybe. So, Bunny Dojo, depends on how good of the adaptation it is. I love Stephen King book for The Shining, the Kubrick movie, which was very different, and then Steven Weber series, not as good, even though it was closer. Yeah, and that's the one that Stephen King really likes. I mean, he appreciates the Steven Weber version way more. He hated the Kubrick one because of how it deviates. And I thought Flanagan, when he adapted Doctor Sleep, he had first off a really tough job because he needed to take the iconic Kubrick movie that King did not did not like and meld it with the new story. And he got King's blessing, and I thought that was done, I mean, just phenomenally well. It was crazy at how they stuck it together. Ruben, we're talking about I'm talking about Dr. Sleep, and how the Bunny Dojo was talking about depends on how good of the adaptation it is, because even though The Shining, King hated Kubrick's, it's a freaky ass thing. But Flanagan had that tough job of melding the Kubrick movie, Stephen King's book, and then Doctor Sleep to make that.
Because The Shining is a great movie, but it's a very, very different story to what you get in Stephen King's book. So you can, it's very loosely an adaptation. Which is why King was upset with it, because he changed so much. So.
Absolutely, yeah. And I can see that as an author. I mean, if you've taken my work, and then and that's another interesting question of how much say should a writer have if they've if they've sold the rights to the movie or the series.
Well, if you've sold it and you were aware that you're selling it, then you don't get a say. At the time of selling, you've got to you agree with it. Then that's that.
Yeah, there must be. I'm sure now King is more detailed in his agreements.
Probably, yeah.
Chris, looking for something like Hereditary. Watch The Wailing, 2016. I want to say I just watched that within the last year.
I know that name.
Yeah, because it was on my list. Like, it had been on my list forever. It was on Netflix for the longest time. They took it off, and then I thought it came back. And I'm pretty sure I watched it last year. Have you seen it, though, Ruben? Do you know? Is it one of those that you'd have to start watching again?
Soon after, a stranger arrives in a little village. A mysterious sickness starts spreading. A policeman drawn into the incident is forced to solve the mystery in order to save his daughter. I feel like I've seen it.
Yes, it is. It's really good. I remember bits of it.
Yeah.
So it is on Netflix.
We've seen so much.
Yeah.
Our brains are saturated.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let's see, Chris. Was not a fan of the TV adaptation of The Shining.
Okay.
Started the program. Oh, the
program.
My gosh. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's wow. It's just wow. Yeah. So dark and disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah. And so glad that it's been done.
Yeah. Talk about it. Bring it into the light.
Exactly. Yeah. But a cap adaptation. Where to begin? Yes. Let's see. War Games part instead of The Shining in Ready Player One. Oh, I did
like The Shining. I thought The Shining was clever.
Yes, especially when what's her name? It's been a while since I've read it. I can't remember the character's name. But she's not into horror at all, and she's in there, and you're like, because as the audience, we know.
I loved how they brought that to life. That bit, it was still really creepy. Amazingly done. But yeah, in War Games was a big part that they changed.
Yes. Let's see here. Mr. Flixer, adaptations are tricky because they need to appeal to newcomers and please fans. No, does not like The Shining because of how Jack is written. Okay.
Yeah, very different to the character.
noirs, great Chandler adaptations. I don't know which Chandler.
I don't know what that means. Chandler
that
Bing?
is. Okay. Cujo, perspective from the dog in the book. Nice. The Loft from 2014. I don't
Another
think
one
I've seen
I've
that.
heard of.
Yeah, I know what this one is. No, I have not seen it. It's like a messed up storyline. 5 married guys secretly share a penthouse loft in the city where they can carry out hidden affairs. Fantasy becomes a nightmare, however, when they discover a dead woman in the loft and realize one of the group must be involved.
It's a great cast.
Yeah, it is, and it's a very disturbing premise.
I kind of want to watch it now.
It could have been split up into 3 shorter, more entertaining films.
I think it could have been a great TV series, actually. You don't have to do
wait.
the book, but
What were you saying? You don't have to do the book.
you don't have to do the book. Just do something in that world. Yeah, it's crying out for that sort of storyline.
Yeah.
What else did it get up to when not dealing with those kids from Jury? Stephen King has connected his worlds even in the Gunslinger, so it'd be great to see what else they could do with it.
Well, and it'll be curious to see what happens with Derry,
Yeah,
the new series that's coming out.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
I mean, there's a prime example, The Gunslinger. I really enjoyed the movie, but I knew the adaptation would be crazy compared to the book. Like, how on earth particularly that first book, like, is if you don't manage to get past the first book, I don't blame you. It's all the rest of the books that are like great. That first Gunslinger book is wordy as hell and all over the place, and you're like, what? Who wrote this? He's high.
So many people hate that movie.
Yeah, and I loved it. My son and I, we really enjoyed it.
I love it also, and not just because it has my man in it, Idris.
Idris, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was great, and I loved all the little visual Easter eggs that they they pull in from that appear in the novels. So, yeah.
Oh, that's where you see. It's the Jerry,
yeah.
the Blade, yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Saw Imaginary. Liked it. Okay. Cool. I have not seen it. I probably won't until maybe it comes on streaming.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't good, but it's great that you liked it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you liked it. Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, great adaptations, or good adaptations. Sorry.
I haven't read either of those. I can't say.
No, my wife read Flower Moon and was telling me about it, and the disappointing thing between the book and the movie was that in the book there is a mystery hidden around one of the characters' motivations and behaviors and thoughts.
Yeah.
In the movie, there's no mystery at all. It's given right out front. We know that they're all just terrible people out to take advantage of the Native Americans. So, let's see, we'll do 2 more. Seen the movie Idiocracy? Very dumb and funny movie. Do you know that one, Ruben? Mike Judge?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Fun fact here. The costume designer had to find shoes for their characters. Stumbled across Crocs and felt, you know what? These are the ugliest and stupidest things ever. Nobody in their right mind would ever wear them. So they put them in the movie. And now everybody wears them.
Now everybody wears them.
Yes. Late Night with the Devil looked more like one of the most crazy episodes of Black Mirror, or part of VHS anthology movie. I could see how it could fit into that, but it's way better than like, I mean, and I like the VHS movies. But the segments, this is so much better. It is. It's more captivating.
It is better. Yeah, by far.
Yeah. We'll do one more and then we'll head back into the show.
Okay.
Going to see Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney in it. I have. Ruben, are you going to see it?
I want to, but I'll probably wait for streaming on that one.
Okay. Cool. All right. What's on your list?
All right, let's talk about. I'm waiting for the comments. I want to see if anybody knows. I'll be very disappointed if nobody knows this. Are we delayed? So nobody's gonna answer. That makes it
I don't
even
even
worse.
know what that is.
Did you don't know what that is? It
No.
makes me sad in my soul that you don't know what that is. That hurts me like deep, deep, deep. Yes, X-Men. Thank you, Whoopi Killer. Redemption. Okay.
Okay.
So okay, X-Men 97. Yes, Shiny got it as well. Woo! Chris. Oh,
Deal.
you guys are my favorite people right now. Mr. Flickster. Yes.
Oh, you're killing me here.
Okay, so the original X-Men animated series is one of the most beloved animated stories when it comes to the X-Men. Forget the films. This is where you get some of their most iconic storylines. And when I heard they were bringing back the story, just setting it in 97 with the same characters, the same sort of design, I was really worried because I was like, Disney's past, let's just say, they have, oh, wow. Words and burping and all the things. Wow. As of late, Disney, for me, has not been knocking it out of the park. There's been one or two that have been good, but mostly it's just been average. Not poo, just average. And for me, that sits up there at top tier. I'm talking Darkwing Duck, Gummy Bears, X-Men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait a
Yeah,
minute
yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah. That good.
I don't know if I can. I don't know.
Well, you've not seen it, so you don't
No,
get to.
I haven't seen it. No, you're right.
But they dropped the first two episodes, and I have to say, I was amazed. They got the tone, the humor, the dialogue, the banter between Scott and Wolverine, which is Cyclops and Wolverine. Like, they still have this frenemy hate-love thing because of Jean Grey, which is married to Scott. She's now pregnant. She's going to have a baby. Charles Xavier's been killed. And so they're all, Scott is leading the X-Men. They all are kind of reeling from the aftermath, and my battery pack has died. So
Oh, no.
that's still that you get of me.
Oh, that's great. Oh, wait a minute here. Let me see if I can present. I'm gonna at least put in a
Can you do X-Men?
one thing. Yeah, I'm trying to here.
Come on,
Yeah,
Chris.
I
What's
know.
taking you so long?
I know, right? Whatever. I'm sorry. Hey.
Yay! Okay,
There we
I'm going
go.
to change the
Okay.
battery, and you talk about X-Men now that you know nothing about.
So there's this dude who has adamantium in his skin, no, in his bones, as bones, and I'm pissing everybody in the comments off. He doesn't die. He's an experiment, and he's named after a honey badger. And so then he's incredibly strong.
What
And
nonsense have you been talking about?
I'm talking about the honey badger with adamantium in his
Cool.
bones.
Yes,
that
I'm
shouldn't
sure
piss
that's a
anybody
thing.
off, right?
No. The intro theme they've managed to actually keep and then slightly reinvigorate, I guess, and I think it keeps to the heart of it. And the animation style looks like it was still back in the 90s, which is amazing. I think they've done such a fantastic job. I'm amazed at the split. I mean, maybe I'm not amazed. Once again, you have fans that are like, yeah, this is amazing, it's back. And the other people, what have you done to my animation series? And I'm like, just like, guys, can you not, like, it's okay to love a thing. Like, it's okay when there's new stuff to like the new stuff. You know, the old stuff is, you are allowed to like new things. You don't have to just like that original Star Wars. And then the new stuff comes along and you go, you're shit. I was like, no, people can do different things. And here I felt like it's fantastic. So, I like some of the live action X-Men, but mostly the X-Men comics and this animation series because it was so real. Like, this was quintessential kids growing up sort of thing. You know, this is what our generation will talk about, the animation. Do you remember when For all of those that are in comments that have seen the X-Men animation, let me know which is your favorite like kind of storyline that they had in there. There was a 4-part Phoenix movie. It's basically a movie because they had the 4-part storyline, which is so much better than the Phoenix live action movie that they did. Not that that's hard, but yeah. I so happy. It's great.
I was trying to add more pictures, but it's not
But
reading.
you
added
failed.
More
Okay.
miserably. Yes.
Well, thanks for getting the one.
Yes. Okay.
One's better than none, Chris.
Sure. Okay. I think what we're going to talk about, we'll talk about it together, but I'm going to do right now. Sorry.
Before we
way
carry
too
on,
many
can you
things. Yeah.
name any X-Men not in the live action movies? Mr. Flickster wants to know.
No, any characters not in the live action
Not in the
movie?
live action movies. Yeah, any X-Men characters not in the live action movies.
Calendar
That's not
Man.
easy.
Calendar Man?
Calendar Man. Is that an X-Men?
No.
Oh, you just that's from
That's
DC.
a DC
isn't it?
thing, yes.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? That's great. The Morph story, yeah, fantastic. Lady Deathstrike, another favorite. So I'm reading the comments. Just they're talking about the X-Men, which is their favorite storylines and characters.
Okay.
The special where Badger Man met the Claw Lady in the sewers.
There you go. What is there like a manatee being beaten around you?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
That's our neighbors drilling. That's what
Oh
they've
my
decided
gosh.
to do today. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. As long as we know, that's cool.
Yeah, that's my internal mind power picturing what I have to do next week when I go to the dentist. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I want to talk about Immaculate
Oh, cool. Okay.
with Sydney Sweeney. I didn't watch a trailer for this. I didn't know what it was going in. I just figured it was going to be I knew it was a nun horror story. You know what I mean? The aesthetics of this, it's really like a late 70s Giallo movie. So you have like those long zooms.
Jello movie?
Giallo?
What's that?
Bloody? Like,
I've not heard that term before.
Dario Argento. Giallo? Giallo?
GIA. Yeah, not heard. Okay. Anyway.
You've not
cool.
heard of that? Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's like that. It's because it starts out. I think the progression is mostly predictable. Some of the things are thin, like some of the character development, some of the story elements are a little thin. But what this does is sets up atmosphere very well. You have like a lot of silence and then like creaking floorboards or squeaking doors as somebody tries to do something quiet. You have some really good camera movements that just are unsettling. Like there's this, like the picture that's being shown, Sydney Sweeney's in confession, and it switches back and forth between looking at her and looking at the priest. And this is in the trailer, but the priest then starts like getting farther away. And you're like, what? And it's really slow at first. So you're like, is he moving? Is that? Oh no, he is getting darker. Okay, he's recessing into the darkness. So there's things like that. There's there are jump scares. A couple of them I was expecting, and they still got me because they happened in different ways. So as cheap as jump scares can be, they were effective.
Okay.
This goes off the rails as we get towards the end.
Look at that image. Jeez.
Yeah, so much, and there's some of it where it's just like, ugh, oh my gosh. But I gotta say that once we get to this halfway point, things just become unhinged.
In a good way?
For me, yes. I was very impressed with what we are shown. You get, it becomes very, very bloody, very violent. Claustrophobic, like tense because of a chase sequence, and just like all of the religious imagery that's shown helps to add to this. And then you will have nuns singing religious
Hills Are Alive?
songs. Yes, they are. That's one of them. And so, with
Okay.
the Sound of Music and stuff like that. No, no, no. But there's even one like that's Ave Maria, and it just like it's a beautiful tune, and the whole setting is just like, well, this is uncomfortable now, But they, something's wrong right off the bat. Even from the very beginning, we're shown something that informs
Well, I mean, that
us of
nun
that.
is smoking, so she's going to hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the priest in this smokes all the time, like the
Does he?
father, like
right.
or the bishop or whatever he is. So, or the rook or the knight. They, yeah, it's very weird. I don't understand all of the. I'm not in the Catholic religion, was not raised in it, so I don't know all of the traditions and everything. But how movies
Depict it.
utilize, yes, it lends itself to some gothic type of horrors and everything like that. And so this works really well. It sets up just an unsettling tone throughout. The ending, though, is a single take,
Oh.
and it's messed up.
Happy ending? Yeah, thanks for that picture.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. No, the whole movie's not happy. None of the movie is happy.
It didn't look happy, to be honest.
Yeah, done really well though. I mean, but here's the thing: if you don't like those types of films, if you don't appreciate or even gravitate towards like the late '70s, early '80s types of just Italian horror,
Yeah.
don't watch this. This is
Okay.
going to be slow and boring and stupid for you. You're just going to be like, okay, I see all this coming and everything else. It's just a big callback and a lot of aesthetics.
But you like this.
I did really much, yeah, and I think this is a lot. This is well told in comparison to a lot of the '70s giallo movies.
Right.
Those tend to be, some of them are really really good, and then a lot of them are just weird and slow and stupid. So
Okay.
it's yeah. So there you go. Yeah, I
kind of want to see it. Sounds good.
I hope you do see it because it's a lot of fun. It's gross. It is brutal, and I think the end, if nothing else, will leave you with your jaw a little bit open.
Okay.
So
Chris,
yes,
why do I have the bars on the side of my screen and you don't? Like
it's your
my
camera.
screen, my camera, I'm looking at it, the visor, and it's full.
Yours, even when we would record on other programs, or if you look back at some of your videos that you do reviews on,
Yeah.
you have the black bars. It's the way that it that your camera translates.
I don't like it. I need a new camera. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Right, let's do a GoFundMe for Ruben's new camera.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I guess we're doing that. Going back to the comments, Bunny Dojo, Pet Cemetery, scariest book I've ever read. Yeah, I didn't think the movies were that bad. I mean, there's one in the remake, which I didn't like the remake really, but when Gage cuts the dude's Achilles, that just
Yeah, I didn't even bother with the remake because I quite like the original and the book. So.
Raymond Chandler. That's who the Chandler was.
Oh,
Not
Raymond
Bing.
Chandler. He did The Big Sleep. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Great director.
Maud, welcome. There you go. Chris, why did I shave my head? For charity. St. Baldrick's. It's a child cancer research fundraiser. So this is my 6th year doing it. And so I shaved it, and luckily my hair grows back quickly. But
Your better answer would have been for giggles.
just because.
Just for shit and giggles.
Yeah, there have been times where I was cutting my hair and made a mistake, and then had to cut it a lot shorter than I intended. Yeah, to cover up.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Well, and I tell you what, every time the barbers that do this for the charity, they start right in the middle. Because there's no going back.
There's
You
no
can't
going
go.
back.
Oh, wait.
Can we just do one side?
Yeah. No. Right down the center. And what she did is do the top of it. So I had sides that were hairy and nothing on the top, and I
no.
looked like just a ridiculously old man,
old
older
monk.
than I already look. So yeah.
Bowl cut.
Yes. More films on Native Americans, so rich in history. The one that I always go back to, which was haunting the first time I saw it, and then it is like one of the best thrillers, Wind River. Jeremy Renner.
Oh, that's so good. We watched that recently again. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. It holds up. It's so good. It's so tense. The building to that end sequence is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Elizabeth Olsen? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Just so good.
Yeah.
Let's see, teaser trailer this week. Alien Romulus. Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Penguin series.
Yes. I saw all 3 of those.
Did you?
Yeah.
I only watched Romulus one.
Okay.
I am excited for it.
I'm down for all 3 of them, actually, to be honest. Penguin looks far better than I was expecting. Literally cannot see the actor. He
Is-
the makeup is so good. Like, cannot see him.
Is it still Colin Farrell?
Yeah, still can't. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And the
yeah,
production value looks incredible. Like, I was like, oh wow. I wasn't really sold on, because it's Warner Brothers and I don't know what the heck they're doing with anything.
Sure.
But this looks good. And Beetlejuice, we get to see a little bit of our favorite character, and he hasn't lost the touch. Let me just say that. Yeah.
That's good. Well, and Keaton is just on fire.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. 90s Spider-Man cartoon, also iconic. Metal Claw Man. Yes, that's who I was talking about, the honey badger. Let's see here.
Grumpy Clawman.
Grumpy Claw Man. Yeah, that's actually me. There's a picture of me someplace. I'll have to find it at some point where my hair had grown out, and my oldest kid had some throwing knives, and I shaved. Like I trimmed here, and so I had that. I put my hair up in the points. I grabbed an old cigar, and then I put the things in there. I'm like,
Nice.
it worked really well.
Don't call me Bub. Hey, Bub.
Hey, Bub. Harvender have the Batman animated TV series. Looking to buy the older X-Men and Spider-Man show, but it's not cheap.
Yeah, the Batman. They're really expensive. But yeah, the Spider-Man and the older X-Men, very expensive. But Batman is currently on Netflix, I think, on the UK at least. So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't get stuff like that. It's the best version of the Cape Crusader detective style.
Okay.
It won like loads of awards.
Did it really? Wow. Well, and that's the one that had Kevin.
Conroy. Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The late, great.
The late, yes. See, Adventures with Superman. My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah, that's the new one, I think. Yeah, the animation style is cool. Yeah.
Sauron and the Savage Land story. I don't know what that is.
I think that's a storyline in X-Men, but I can't remember which.
Oh, really? There's a Sauron character? That seems
Probably.
okay. Fair enough. Over under 53 minutes till a battery change for Ruben. Uh-oh.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Superman animated show was another easy one. Oh, okay. So if you're looking, there you go. Yeah, Immaculate, there is not a happy ending to it, but that's...
Chris, you love the not happy ending horrors.
Mostly, yeah, I do. I do, mostly.
That's a theme.
Mostly. Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Flickster sold on Immaculate. A frumpy nerd in Madam Web to a nun. That's range. Well, and from the hot bikini wearing love interest in Anyone But You.
Oh yeah, that was her as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a phenomenal movie. I cannot wait to buy that. I think it just hit Blu-ray. Maybe it just hit streaming, one of the two. But yeah, really, really, I love it. We should see the recent few-second trailer of Immaculate. Oh, I'm not going to give you... I'm not going to give...
where she just screams. Okay.
I can imagine that. I'm not going to give you context for where that is in the movie.
Don't, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Seeing Keaton as Batman in The Flash, I liked that. I thought that was really good.
Just that bit, yeah.
Chris Retzlaff is throwing shade now. Don't know if I'd like The Penguin. It's a mobster show on HBO. Just because I didn't like The Sopranos does not mean
that's
that
true. No, that's a good point, Chris. Yeah.
But see, I liked the Batman, and I thought Colin Farrell as the Penguin was wonderful. So there's that. I love the ribbing, though. That's great. When Evil Lurks, dude.
That's a great film.
You're
right.
That is
ending.
not a happy ending at all.
That film is so messed up.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Ruben, what you got?
I don't know. What do I have?
Where are you going?
Should we talk about three body problems?
Yeah, let's talk about three body problem.
Is it on your list?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, so three body problems based on a trilogy of books. I know there's a fourth. I presume that's a prequel or a different whatever, but originally it's the three stories that Netflix has adapted now. There is a Tencent adaptation already that apparently you can watch on Prime. So it depends on where you're coming at this. I came from afresh. I haven't read the books and I hadn't seen the Tencent adaptation. And I was very surprised by this series. I didn't know what to expect. It's when I did my review, it's like an amalgamation of so many things we've seen, but also does it in a really fun way. It does things that you expect it to do, but then will come at it from a totally different. So one episode can be very heavily dialogue building characters. Let's say episode 4, character building, kind of giving us more questions, not really answering that much. Literally the first half is just what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on, but I'm still into it enough. And then from 5 onwards, they're answering questions. And 5 for me was like where this series went from, yeah, this is really fun, to damn, this is great. It had one of the most original gory scenes I've ever seen on put to film or TV series. It was gross, and I couldn't tear my eyes away from it.
Which
episode 5 is with the ship.
Oh my gosh, I loved that. Yes, yes. You're right. That was brutal.
My jaw, it went from stages of, oh, wow. Just because it was a long sequence. And then I was like, okay, I'm in. Let's do this.
Well, and you knew it was coming, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
And
but it built it up so well.
That was executed in such a great way that, yeah. I don't think I was concerned, but I can see how people may not like some of the pacing of the show because you have almost 2 different series. You know, the first half is that virtual reality video game mystery. Then we're given the answer, and then it becomes a mission, I guess maybe is the best way to say it without giving spoilers.
So one of the comments I read, because in my review I said, because the graphics don't look particularly great when it's in the virtual game, you allow it because it looks good, but you can tell that it's gamey.
Yeah.
You allow it that because you know it's gaming. But what I think a couple of the comments are, it's not meant to look gamey. It's meant to look almost indistinctive from reality. But at least that's in the books. So that's where some people are like, yeah, the graphics are so crap. It's like, no, the graphics aren't crap. In this story version, it's a game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even then, I didn't think that was particularly bad. I was like,
I didn't. No, I thought the graphics looked pretty good. I mean, at the beginning, some things were a little bit wonky, but again, and probably like you, mine said work in progress. So I was assuming that mine were not fully finished.
Mine said work in progress, but mine was the day before. So I was like, if you guys aren't ready now.
Well, I mean, we do know that like when Stranger Things season 4 came out, they were uploading them that morning.
Yeah, on the morning, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I thought, because you and I both, we rated it at a 4.
Yeah, I gave it 2 ratings. I gave it 4 if it was cancelled, and I gave it a 4.75 if it was not. And I think that's a bit unfair to it, but I also think it's fair to the audience, because we are now living in a world where we expect things to be cancelled. It no longer will it get cancelled. It's like, I expect this to get cancelled.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to go into this series with, especially knowing that they aren't done with it.
Or even if it gets picked up 3-4 years time to watch the next season.
That would be very, very disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, you think though that like Game of Thrones, they mostly didn't.
Yeah, and until they had to stop and make it longer. Yeah, they mostly got it right.
Yeah. Well, and they had them every year.
Yeah,
is that correct?
Yeah, it was about every issue.
So yeah, there's. I don't know. I thought it was wonderful. Like we'd said, the book. I mean, it's different than the book, obviously.
They've changed the characters as well.
Yeah, I liked the characters though. I mean, I did. I thought the one that we follow from the very beginning, who is the catalyst for everything we watch.
Yes,
Wenji.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
She has such a good presence because she's is pragmatic the right word? I mean, she's calm and she's logical.
I don't know. I would say she's hardened because of her upbringing and what she's experienced. She's become an extremely hard woman. And then when you complement that with intelligence, that's what she portrays on the screen. So she's probably the smartest mathematician, physicist that we've had for years, for ages.
Well, and how she her answer to something at the beginning, which I thought at that point, that is like, that exactly illustrates how hardened she has become because of her life and because of her circumstances.
But we talk about consequences. I loved some of the mystery. I wish they could have kept some of it going. The numbers, I thought, worked really well. I think they ended it too early for me. I just wanted more of that sort of stuff. I am surprised that like some of the characters I just thought were main protagonists and then aren't. I was like, oh.
Yeah, there were a couple of I was a little shocked by some of those. Like one of them was like, you just did that. Mm-hmm. I didn't think you were good. What? So yeah, I don't know. I had fun with it.
Nice.
That was really good. like you, I hope it does not
I hope we
get,
get more. Yeah.
yeah, I hope it's not canceled.
Oh, but also, episode 5 was something really special. So,
Dude, yeah, I am so glad they did that because that was just, it was brutal. And yeah. Okay.
nice.
I don't have any more. So what
What?
do you have else?
All right, so I've got. Let me check. I've got mediocre things to talk about now.
Okay.
They're not terrible. They're not the worst things, but they're mediocre. So, should we talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife? No, Ghostbusters. See, I can't even remember the name. Ghostbusters Empire, Frozen Empire.
Frozen
Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went and watched this, right?
I did. I went to a screening of
Nice.
it.
Okay. I went and watched yesterday, Friday,
Okay.
with my wife. She was like, "Do I have to?" I was like, "Yes, you can have popcorn." And she was like, "All right, I'm in for popcorn. Popcorn and M&Ms is what we do. We chuck in
Okay.
M&Ms. Yeah.
So you have to bribe.
Yes, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But so we went out and I got my new glasses. You can see blue rims. Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Let me just say, I didn't hate it, and I know some people loved it, and that amazes me. I do think that what works for me in Frozen Empire is the family dynamic. Love the characters. I love Paul Rudd trying to be the father, not sure where his place is in the family unit. The mother giving him permission to be more than just the best friend. I think Paul Rudd is magic whenever he's on screen. That works really well. I love the oldest son trying to figure out what it means to be an adult. I love the daughter's character where she's still not finding her place in the world, but her relationship with an entity in this film I thought worked really well. That was one of the highlights of the film. But when it comes to the actual plot and the story, I thought it was really basic in the end, which is a shame because the bad guy, I thought his creation was excellent. I mean, look at that. I thought it was quite scary. I thought, okay, I've seen similar, but I thought it worked well. Reminded me of There Is No Zool, or There's Only Zool. But it just didn't do anything. Once we got to, the orb of thingy releases the evil, and then he releases ice, then it's done. And you're like, really? That is all you could come up with?
That was disappointing to me. This is on my list, but is in the thing that did not make it.
Right.
Because I had fun with it, but it. I loved McKenna Grace, her story in this. You know, that finding her place.
Yep.
The where do I fit in, because I'm not seen as totally necessary, and so I feel discounted. I'm put on the sidelines, except I have a ton of skills and a ton of offerings to bring.
Yeah, I felt for her. So she was like benched as a Ghostbuster. And I was like, that really sucks.
So I loved all that buildup. You know what I mean? Like, we get most of the movie doing that. Finn Wolfhard, I think you really could have taken him out of the movie. And
He wasn't in it much.
no, he didn't add anything to it. I liked him. I liked Paul Rudd also, but again, I feel like Paul Rudd, outside of I do appreciate the family part of that, but I didn't think he was very integral to the story.
Okay.
Really, I mean, the people that I thought was McKenna Grace, Dan Aykroyd, Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh, he was funny.
Oh, he was. That was my favorite part about it,
Him with the flame.
dude, just him. I mean, his comedic timing. I can understand if people didn't like him in it, or they felt like he didn't fit, or it was too much, or whatever. I needed that. I needed that kooky humor within this.
Yeah.
The ending, the climax, is way too rushed.
Yeah.
There
That's
was
exactly what I
no-
felt. A build up, 4 minutes of big end scene, and that's it. I was like, seriously? Wow.
Our characters were never in peril. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
think
mean,
about.
they were for like 10 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, yeah, they were, but you didn't feel like anything was going to be like really, really that bad.
Honestly, I was really surprised because everything I saw in the trailer is exactly what we got in the movie and no more. Like there wasn't really anything else,
No, no.
which disappointed me a lot.
I was surprised at how long it took to get to
To
some
get
of
to
it.
yeah, so I thought maybe because I was shifting in my seat, we didn't have the most comfortable seats, and I was like, we're really getting into the movie now. Like, when are we going to get to the story? And the story didn't really ever come, and I think that's what really. So I'm loving the family dynamic. I love these guys. I could watch them all day on on the screen. But when do we get the story? It just didn't come. I mean, look for that picture there. Who is that scientist? Did he need to be in it?
You see, again, he was in there for some comedic relief, I think. And you didn't need him.
We had a lot of comedic relief.
Yeah,
It was too much, I think.
did you like Patton Oswalt? Oswald?
No,
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I like him, but I just again, what was the point of him? I can
liked
see
it.
3 characters in that picture that I don't think needed to be in the film.
Podcast absolutely did not need to be in there. He didn't add anything to it.
Nope.
I'm not sure with the girl. I mean,
Nope.
she was fine in it. It had nothing to do with that.
See, we had some of the characters that worked really well in Afterlife. And I think they felt like for continuity, they had to bring them back. Or maybe even contractual wise, they signed up to be to 2-3 films.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many cast members, not enough concentration on one individual character or multiple characters to give us that kind of. You know, when they started, that's what I was excited when they started in the Ghostbusters car, Ecto-1, and they were doing that adventure capturing a ghost. If we had more of that, doing actual Ghostbusters things rather than going this way and that way all the time. I really hoped we were going to get Sigourney Weaver as well, because I'm pretty sure she was in an extra scene at the end of Afterlife, like an extra, and yeah. And this time around, it felt like a lot of nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia.
There was a lot of nostalgia bait in this.
Yeah,
I mean,
but Spider-Man does nostalgia bait, and it worked well. This one does nostalgia bait, and I'm like, because even Afterlife did nostalgia bait, and I was like, that's awesome. The way you did that, that's great. They seem to double down on what worked for them in Afterlife, but at the expense of their movie.
Yeah. I mean, why is Slimer still in this? And Library Lady.
Library Lady, and even the Marshmallow Little guys now, they're overdoing that.
Yeah. They were cute when we saw them in Podcast's room,
that was
because
funny.
and they informed you about the orb.
They reacted. It was story movement. There was so much of this that was not necessary for the story.
Right.
I think that's the big issue.
Yeah.
And I'm sad to say, I think that's mostly because we're missing the integral writer to this film.
Yeah. It didn't. Well, and I thought that Jason Reitman, bless you, go for three. Come on. Do we have 3?
No. Sorry.
Pooh. Disappointed.
Maybe later.
Okay. I thought Jason Reitman was directing this. He wasn't, though. That was the other.
No.
Yeah. So, anyway. Okay.
Anyway.
You
do I
wanna
carry
chat a
on?
little- well, I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to hit one more and then we'll chat?
I'll hit one more and then we'll
Okay.
chat. Let's talk about Roadhouse. Did you manage to watch it?
I watched it last night.
Okay.
This is dumb fun.
Yes. I agree. I'm
Okay.
just-
I wasn't sure where you were.
my brain is like, is it? Yeah, I guess it is. I don't think you needed to call it Roadhouse.
No.
It just, I don't. It's for me. It has almost nothing. Like, I know it's the same film, but it's almost nothing like the original. They don't have the integral character that Dalton needs to play off against. The old mustache guy. What's his name?
In
In the
Wait,
original.
I don't even remember.
He was fantastic. Like, he's the old guy and they kind of fight together. So Dalton doesn't come off as just so stinted and hard. because he has this relationship of another person on screen. The romance on the original actually went somewhere rather than them just pretending to have a romance. The fights, the training of the staff of the Roadhouse, we actually got montages in him training them rather than one step back and punch and then they're trained. No, there was so much that I was like, I see what you're trying to do, but you're not quite landing there. However, positively, Jake Gyllenhaal, I thought he was perfect as Dalton. I think he carried the presence of him being able to fight. The moves, I believed him in. And then we had the craziness of the UFC character. What's his face?
Oh, Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, who was just... I mean, he was totally hamming it in. It was a stupid character.
Oh.
I compared him to Kano from Mortal Kombat. Like, that's literally the character I see.
He was... he could fight, but outside of that...
Did you see how he walked?
He had
A monkey
something
man.
stuck up his butt.
Yeah, I don't know why he was doing that, but
I don't either.
I laughed because I was like, what am I watching?
I did too. It was ridiculous.
I didn't like some of the fighting, Chris. Like, I could see they knew what they were doing, but it was the camera techniques that they were using during it. Like, when we went to, like, first to third, and it was like a video game. It's like, I don't want to feel like I'm watching a video. I want to feel like I'm watching a fight. So step outside of that perspective so I can see what's going on. I think you enjoyed this much more than do. The more I talk about it, the more pissed off I get.
Well, see, I only liked the action scenes, the fights.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do agree that Lyman, he went overboard with his camera techniques. You know, there's one where a character gets scooped up.
Yeah.
And the camera follows that, which I thought was great because it's like, it's jarring. It's hard to see, but it's jarring. The way the camera flew around certain characters or in fights, a lot of the time that worked. A lot of the time also, though, it was disorienting. And it was hard to...
Took me right out of it.
yeah, I would get, like, not seasick, but you know what I mean? You're just like... Okay.
There was a bar fight that was really fun that I thought worked out quite well.
Which one?
I think the first one. The first one when Dalton kind of loses. He doesn't lose, but no, he does lose. It's the first one where everybody comes in and fights.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, just chaos.
No! That one, that's the one where he wins because he takes everybody to the hospital.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah. No,
Conor McGregor comes later. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Jake Gyllenhaal did a wonderful job at that crazed look that he could get. You know what I mean? There's this beast within him that he knows exists.
I totally believed that he was always holding back because he was scared of what he would do. Like, I believed that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that there's a moment where we watch him make a decision and you're like, oh my gosh, that's really scary because of what he was going to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you remember the first one had that throat rip that everybody talks about?
Yeah.
So there's a thing that he does, and that's not a throat rip, but his own thing. That I was like, oh, that is brutal. I love it.
I thought, I mean, the fights were intense. I mean, the way that, I mean, both Conor McGregor obviously is going to be ripped because this is what he does for a living. Jake Gyllenhaal, though, holy crap, he was ripped also. And then for him to, I mean, the way that he would move and stuff, I mean, you could see him had studied a lot and practiced this a lot and probably got a lot of tips from Conor McGregor.
But he also probably brought some of that skill from Southpaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he knew boxing, then he learned at UFC. You combine that, and Bob's your uncle.
yeah, Bob is your uncle, and Bob's uncle is. Yeah, I don't. The story I thought was there. You know,
I mean, it was never a great story. It was always just the setup for the fights in between, and the sexiness of Patrick Swayze. That's
Yeah.
what the film was. But it worked because it was the 80s and it was cheesy greatness.
Of course.
You
Of
can't
course.
you can't capture that now because we're not in the 80s and people don't like that anymore.
No.
This
no.
was still cheesy.
Yes, it
I'm not
was.
saying it was in a great way.
Not all of it. No, I think a lot of it was boring. Honestly,
Yeah, no, I
when
agree. Yeah.
it has like a lot of dips in it. It has, the story is almost non-existent, really.
But I
mean,
tell you,
because-
go and watch the original. You'll see what I mean in the difference. You'll probably find this way more entertaining and like, oh, I actually like these characters. Like you are really rooting for them
In the original.
in the original. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, good to know. Yeah, it's been forever. I mean, I was talking with my wife about it. I don't even know, like, when I last saw.
I think a
Patrick
lot of
Swayze
people
one.
would say that, yeah. Which is why I understood why they were remaking it because it is old
Sure. Yeah.
and we need to remake everything. So
Yes, we do. Okay. Gonna go to the chat.
sure.
Okay, let's see here. Let me scroll up. Let's see here. Okay, going back to Batman and the Penguin and stuff like that. Mr. Flickster, the Batman holds a special place in his heart.
Oh, he loves it, right?
Yeah, yes, he adores it. It's one of his most favorite.
Greatest Batman movie of all time.
Yes. Episode 5 of Three Body Problem.
Yeah.
Crazy. Zed,
Hey, Zed.
welcome.
Hey, you're earlier this week. Well done.
I know. And hey, look. Yes, we did watch Roadhouse. See,
And we just
there you
spoke
go.
about
Perfect timing, right there. Oh, let's see. Yeah, Lovia, you're right. Three Body Problem does have a Chinese series. It's 30 episodes, and from what I understand, it is
All the comments
closer to the
say
book.
it's better.
Yeah. So, cool. What's your best audience experiment? Experiment. Well, so I poured things on people and then I watched them burn, and so that was fun.
You're like
You know,
Gremlins.
yeah, exactly. Aliens, Jurassic Park, Infinity War, A New Hope was best because it was the first. Okay, made me love movies. Nice. In recent memory, for me, Endgame, because it was fan service
Oh yeah.
in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And the second time I watched Hereditary in the theater, because I saw it opening night and then went back like 2 days later and watched it again. And because I knew what was going to happen, the audience reactions were so great.
Mine would be, let me think. Yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife, because I was there with the 800 people and the director was there and everybody just felt his joy and stuff. Yeah, the press people reacted amazingly. RRR, with a full cinema of Indian people, probably one of the best experiences I've ever had at the cinema.
That would have been phenomenal.
It's great. Yeah, there's actually, to be fair, quite a lot of my greatest experiences would be the Indian movies. Those especially those big, the Bond type ones, the superhero type ones.
Yeah,
They,
Pathan.
yeah, my goodness, people will just like, especially when like their favorite hero walks on the screen and he's like,
Or the dude
slow
takes off his
motion.
shirt.
Yeah, women are basically like,
Yeah.
so good. A Quiet Place, that had an amazing reaction. Yeah.
See, that is one of my worst audience experiences because that's the one where we're sitting there, it's a screening, and this was before I had press access, and so it was a public screening.
Ugh.
And these people, they were regulars. They always showed up, and they were just, they were terrible people because they were rude. They were like entitled. Like they would hold seats for 30 of their friends It was disgusting. But all before the movie begins, people are talking, the lights are up, everything else, no big deal. The lights go down, the movie starts, and we know it's a silent movie. That is when they decide to break out their package of Oreos that they have never opened. And so they rip open the top, they take some, and it's in that plastic crunchy little container, and then they pass it down the aisle from person to person to person. So here.
I think you and I should do a video on cinema etiquette of what to do before the film starts. So, for example, open the packet of popcorn. Open the like if you bought it from home, open your fizzy drinks. Because you open the fizzy drinks, you have it so you can open it and drink it and put the lid back on. All the kind of stuff, the etiquette stuff. Your phone goes, you dip the light, you put it on silent, or you switch it off. That kind of thing. The readiness, just politeness. We could do a video of how-tos for those that just don't seem to get it.
Can we also include, though, the consequences of a bat upside the head when you violate any of these?
We just pull them by the ear and throw them out. We can't go to jail, Chris, for douchebags.
Dude, you can't go to jail if they can't press charges. I'm just saying.
DNA's a thing these days, dude.
I did hear from...
schmearning.
Yeah, exactly. I don't believe in that stuff. I did hear that in the U.S. there are some Alamo Drafthouse cinemas, and they enforce no talking, no cell phones. Like, they'll drag your ass out.
Nice.
And I'm like, wow, I wish they had those around me.
Please bring them. Yeah.
Yeah, because when we saw Love Lies Bleeding a couple weeks ago, I had people, like, literally I was cussing at them because they wouldn't shut up.
I'm now at that grumpy age where I will tell them to shut the hell up.
Oh, yeah, I
just no. You
can't do it.
Yeah. And then it kind of ruins your mood for the film. It takes me a while to settle back into, like, I just can't believe the audacity in just people are so selfish.
You're not at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for that question.
Yay! Okay. Naoki, most of the characters in From What Was an Empire didn't need to be there, and some of them felt wasted.
I agree.
Yep. Ruben, Ninja Kamui, tonight.
Yeah. I've caught up all 6 episodes, and where they left it on the 6th episode, my goodness, it's the part where everything's gone to shit, but our character might actually have a chance now because he's gotten something that'll help him. Cool.
Nice. Ruben, Mr. Flickster would like you to watch his Batman 22, the Batman review.
Cool.
You'll see how much he loves it.
I will do that and comment how much you love it. Yeah.
Film of the year for him.
Okay, cool.
Shiny, you know what? You're right. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey was a spectacular audience. Thank you for reminding me of that.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, because that was, the movie is terrible, but the experience of watching it in a crowded theater with everybody knowing what we've bought tickets for, it was awesome. I'm going to see Blood and Honey 2, which I still think should be called Electric Boogaloo. But I'm seeing it this week on Tuesday night. I am so excited. We got tickets for the whole family. It's only a 3-night event.
Is your wife going with you?
Yeah, she went the first time.
Okay.
And my daughter-in-law and my youngest girlfriend have not seen the first one, and
So
we
you're
were
watching
like,
that today.
no, we told them just don't watch it, just go in, because I don't think it's to watch it outside of the theater experience is probably
not the
not
same.
nearly as good.
No.
And so so I'm hoping the theater is packed.
You
when
should
we
get a
go
Pooh
again.
costume.
Oh, I don't have that one. I do have a Grinch one. But yeah, dude, I am so excited for this.
Yeah, I can't believe they're doing an MCU.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I was going to hit that in the news. Yeah, the Poohniverse.
The Poohniverse, which is you couldn't make that up. Like you think you are, but that's a real thing, guys. That's coming.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I say that seriously. I mean, I don't expect any of the movies to be good. I expect
they aren't.
Experience
They haven't been.
to be
You saw Three Blind Mice, right?
Yeah, but come on. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, light years better than Three Blind Mice or what was the other one? Mary Had a Little Lamb. Those were atrocious. Those were just. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered had I been in the. I would have had to have been drunk and high in the theater. I think with the audience because that is just terrible. Can we please do it, Casual Fan? I think you're talking about the video, Ruben's idea for the video.
Yeah, we can do that. Maybe do one on a special or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we should. I don't get it. I don't get it either. The behavior of people is just. Okay. That's sad. Conor McGregor actually.
Oh my
It was okay. Now I gotta laugh because his is a more exaggerated version of Idris Elba when Idris Elba is Luther.
Oh yeah.
He has this because he's wearing
does
like
have
two
a
or three
strut,
coats.
doesn't he?
Yeah, he has this thing, and it is. I mean, it's a tough guy walk. I mean, if somebody big and burly like that was walking up to me, especially Conor McGregor without any clothes on, I'd be like, I gotta walk
He
away.
does do an absolute hilarious naked scene.
Two
After
of them.
he's
Did
just
you see
winking some lady, and then he like walks down the street, and he's like,
Did you see the
Again.
mid-credit scene?
"No, I didn't realize there was."
Yeah, there's a mid-credit scene.
Okay.
Yeah, so
No, as soon as the credits came up, I was like TV off.
it's unnecessary, but it's just funny.
Yeah.
So
Like the mid-credit scene for Ghostbusters.
what was that one? See how forgettable that was?
Yeah, it was. Had to do with marshmallows.
That's right. Yes, in the truck. Yes. Yeah. No purpose.
Pointless. Yeah.
Yeah. Yutaka, hey, welcome. So glad that you're on. That is
Yutaka.
sweet.
We are talking about a film in Patreon today, and it is a film with a runtime. Thanks, Yutaka.
Oh, that's so great. All right. Yeah, Alamo doesn't mess around. That's so great. 40 minutes from you. That would be worth the drive for me when they had enforced the rules. You know, because everybody spends money to go to the theater.
You should make it an experience. A theater that has like paintballers as staff members, and if they catch you talking during, you just get like pelted in the back of the neck or the head or something, and then you sign a waiver, and when you go in, like you talk, you're pelted, and you come
Yeah,
away with an experience of a bruise in the neck and realizing you're a bit of a douche and you need to change that.
Yes, I have a I don't know if it's going to show up or not. I'm going to not. I don't want to shine it into the camera, but I don't know if you can. Oh no, you can't see it there.
Ooh.
Okay, so you see the green light there?
Yeah,
That's a green laser that.
you're just gonna
It's for-
point at the person.
Oh yeah, and bounce it off their cell phone into their eyes or something like
Nice.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
because you never can tell. Maybe that's attached to. Maybe that's a scope,
Sniper,
and it's
yeah.
not. Yeah, it's not actually just a laser. Yeah. Anyway.
In America, that's for real.
So, yeah, and we don't want to joke about that because that is
No.
just crap.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Niket, watch Divergent series.
Yeah.
A long time ago. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's really random asking that now.
Yeah,
I thought they were okay. I thought they were
Yeah.
movies and they had runtimes.
I liked the first one, and then I think I liked them less
They did.
progressively as I go
They
along.
did progressively get stupider. They were trying to be like Hunger Games and Maze Runners, and they just weren't quite that.
The thing that I struggled to wrap my head around is because right around that same time we had The Fault in Our Stars. So the two leads went from brother and sister in Divergent to lovers. And that
Your brain
hard.
was like, no,
Yeah, and these were at the same time, so it was really it was kind of
that's quite bad marketing, actually.
yeah. And
That's
I
so
love The Fault in Our Stars. I think that's an excellent movie. I love them together.
So sad. Yeah.
It is, yes. Any Ranjanikant, I'm sorry if I totally destroyed that word. Mass audience movies are always the best experience in India. People even dance with, oh my gosh,
What?
they're
With
dancing
their
in the...
shirts of rolling in the air, though. Oh, man, I'd love that. Well, if we ever visit, you can put us up, and we'll go to a cinema with you.
Yeah, yeah. Does movie theater chain matter for you? Whenever I go to dinner in theaters, it's distracting. Yeah, I've been to one once. We saw Halloween, the original 1978 version, before Halloween 2018 came out, and I saw it in one of those that serves dinner and stuff like that. I will never go back.
I don't know what that means.
You can order, and they will bring out food and drinks to you throughout the movie. And even though the seats are stair-stepped more than they are in a regular theater, you still have the distraction of people walking around.
See, we have similar, but they'll set it up on your seats before you arrive because they're allocated. And so whatever you've ordered, it will be like on your seat, like an alcoholic beverage, maybe chips and dip. Probably won't be full, but as you arrive, it'll be there. It'll be fresh.
Oh, see, I wouldn't eat that.
Oh, okay.
I don't trust DoorDash. No, I want you to bring the food to me when I get there, not beforehand, because I live in America and I don't trust people.
And so this will be made at the cinema.
No, I know, but
Okay.
but it's sitting on your seat before you get there.
Yeah.
Same reason that women cover their drinks at a bar if they get up for a second, because people are sick son of a bitches.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't think that's not too much of a concern in the UK for me.
Okay. Yeah, I prefer Cinemark. I have that, me personally. We don't have AMC anywhere around me, so we have Regal and Cinemark, and I prefer Regal because they don't. Or excuse me, I prefer Cinemark because they don't charge me all the stupid fees and have all the weird rules, and their snack bars are typically better laid out and better handled than Regal in our area.
Cool.
Cool. Just watched a Korean movie called Eczema.
Cool.
Have you? I've not even heard of this.
No.
But 10 times better than Imaginary. Well,
Look, I'm sure that's not
good.
hard.
Yeah. When I could. Yeah, you talk. Yeah. In case anybody wants to also go to the patreon.com/thebeardedones. Yutaka is one of our patrons there, and we're very thankful for that.
Oh, that comes out this Friday near us, Eczema.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'll have to see if it's playing anywhere near me. But Yutaka he's on a special tier where he gets to request all kinds of things. And he requested this movie called When I Consume You. I told Ruben that since I watched it, he had to watch it also.
And then I had to pay for it.
And you had to pay a lot for it.
£5.50 to rent. Hence the reason I'm drinking.
Oh, so good. Oh, and at Alamo they have 30 craft beers, so that helps too, I think.
Nice.
I'm not a beer drinker, but hey, you know what? Most of the places now do serve alcohol in the U.S., which
Maybe
I was
because
at
the films are getting shitter, so... Okay, wait, I'm going to put Grumpy Ruben away. It's fine. Films are fine.
I did have... What was that movie? I saw it... Well, it was forgettable. Oh, no, it wasn't forgettable. It was spectacular. The Iron Claw. But I had a typical American audience member sitting next to me. This lady was 3 bottles of wine in and then got up and got more.
She was partying.
Uncalled for. Oh, my gosh. And she stunk of wine. Yeah, the Cinemark, only theaters you go to is Cinemark and AMC. Yep, I don't blame you. People moving, talking on phones, eating eating popcorn. I mean, I don't like it when people are like, they can't.
But that's at least excusable. Like, they bought confectionery, they're supporting the cinema, and so they're eating. You can try and be quieter, but some people are just loud eaters. But on your phone, nah.
No,
that will make me want to
like
pick up
hog.
your phone and throw it.
Sure, but you can't eat like a hog. I'm sorry. There has to be a little bit of decorum.
But yeah, your upbringing it depicts your decorum.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Badger, hey, went to a really cool theater near Austin, Texas, where Hitchhikers of the Galaxy came out. When it came out. Oh my gosh, to go back and see that for the first time.
Yeah, man.
A beer with jalapeno and an ashtray provided. Wow, you could smoke in the theater at that point. That's
Yeah, jeez.
wow.
Those were the days. And when the screen was smoky,
I'm sure it had
added
to have been.
atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
You are breathing in cancer.
Hey, you know what? If somebody had a good cigar or a pipe, absolutely,
Yeah.
I'd do it all day long. I'll join them.
Good pipe.
Not so much with the cigarettes.
The
though.
cherry tobacco. Oh,
Yeah, so good. Okay, yeah, food. It is expensive.
it is very. Like it triple what the ticket price costs for the film.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it is. My son has stopped working at the theater, so
You don't get those discounts anymore.
we used to get a 50% discount when he went with us and he wasn't working. Otherwise, we just had to pay normal price.
Yeah.
But with we typically buy snacks for 6 people. Just because, hey, I've invited them, so we buy their tickets and everything. It's not like they can't afford them or can't buy them, but I just do that. But they, there was one time that with the discount, the food was over $50. So that would have been, it would have been over $100. That's on top of the ticket prices.
Yeah.
And I was like, now that he stopped, I'm like, we can't do that.
Can
as
you
much.
not buy stuff from like a local store and then bring it in with you?
You can. You're not supposed to.
See, we have the rules, yeah, where you're allowed to.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, no, I mean, depending on what you're getting, sometimes we will, sometimes we won't. But yeah. Cineplex Odeon in Canada, right there. You need to restart suggesting Tubi movies.
Tubi's not available in the UK.
Yeah, that's why Ruben had to rent it. And yet, no. There's some really good ones on Tubi, and there's some really, there's some movies on Tubi. Oh, that's a fun tradition. Mr. Flickster makes it a point to visit a new theater when he goes on vacation.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I didn't manage to do that when I went to Italy, but I really wanted to because I just wanted to see like how different it is. Yeah,
Well, you went to one in America.
I did.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I had to step over crime scene tape to go to the press. It's just like, what?
That's how we keep the riffraff.
That's how we keep the riffraff out. I was just like, I don't know if I feel like I want to be in this section.
Oh man. Okay. Love you. We'll do this last one and then we'll go back to the show. Eczema is the most anticipated Korean movie. Pretty much The Wailing. Okay. Yeah. I have not seen. But it has
The trailer looks very interesting and has Choi Moon-sik, the lead actor of Old Boy. That's a seal of approval for me.
Yeah, that is. That
That
is.
dude rocks.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. We'll go back to the show. Ruben, do you have any more on the best?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. What is
I'm
it?
not done yet.
Okay.
Okay, so Halo Season 2 finished this week, and I caught up with all the episodes. What's apparent to me now is that they've definitely deviated from the original story. They were, but now it's like just so obvious they're doing their own story. It's like an ultimate timeline Halo Chief Master Chief story. And there's been so many fans that are like, you can't do that. That's not my Master Chief. And I was thinking one of the big issues is that he takes off his helmet and you get to see the actor. It's similar to like the Mandalorian taking off his, I like that. And a lot of this season, he had it off and didn't even have his armor. But when he does get his armor back for episode 7 and 8, you feel like he's earned it. And when you see him put his mask back on to becoming the Master Chief once again, it's like almost like the first time. So you've had a whole bunch of episodes, you've forgotten what the Master Chief brings, everything's going to shit. And then Master Chief comes with his armor, puts it on, and you know that the score kicks in and it goes, oh, and then he starts kicking ass and taking names. I'm hoping that they do a season 3 because it looks like they're going to bring an enemy that I hate to fight, but is one of the best in the Halo franchise. Have you played the Halo series?
I played with my kids.
Did you play 1 and 2 maybe? Like way back when?
Yeah. I mean, gosh, what did I?
Okay, so you know of the guys with the blades, the sword blades,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
laser sight. So we've had a bunch of those, and we've seen Master Chief take those on, and it looks fantastic whenever he's fighting them. Believable, very cool. This time, however, leading into it, where the games led into, I think it was 2, we were introduced to the Flood. I think that is what we're getting for season 3, which leads into, so it's still doing the same things as the storylines did for the games, but in a different way. I think they've really built characters that we care about, and so I think you just need to come at it as it's set in an alternate universe of the Master Chief, but you're still seeing all Halo things that you want to see in live action. That's how I take it. So at the same time, it's also made me go back to playing them and how much I enjoy them. So yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think he does a great job
Okay.
as Chief and Cortana, them together. That's the essential relationship that you want. But we have to earn that in this universe. So there you have it.
Do they use the person who has the Cortana voice?
No, I think it's different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else you got?
I want to talk about an anime that you can't watch. So this is over 9,000.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
Let me find my thing here. Let me do that.
It's over 9,000!
It's over
Okay.
9. That never gets old. Okay, so you won't find this on Crunchyroll or Netflix. There is a movie that you can probably possibly watch called Sandland, but now there's an anime called Sandland. So maybe the movie has been split up into episodes. I'm not too sure, but the series has 7 episodes so far on Disney, which I presume is on Hulu in America. It's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Water is controlled by a greedy dude, and there's the sheriff who enlists the help of the king of demons, well, his son, Beelzebub, and a thief to find the lost lake. So it's basically like Mad Max, demons and humans, well, don't usually work together, but in this anime they do. The animation style is so weird, but it fits so well as into like that sort of hand-drawn stuff that you would see in the original Dragon Ball Z anime. And then you take a little bit of Borderlands, the game sort of style, you mesh those together, and that's kind of what you get here. But the characters themselves are immensely lovable in that very everything that you'd expect an original old anime to have. They tick all the boxes. The annoying one, the old dude that is like very sarcastic or has a history that, you know, he can actually fight, the demon that is like immature but also immensely strong. They have all these weird quirky characters that I'm really enjoying. Now, because they dropped the first 7, you might rush through the first 7 and really love it, but then you're going to have to wait week by week as they release each of the episodes. So, like, however you want to watch it. I should also say, if you've been waiting to watch the second season of the first season of Solo Leveling and the second season of Mashal and Mashal, those the second season ends today and the first season ends today. So if you've been waiting, then today the whole seasons for those will be out and you can binge them if you want. I've been watching them painfully week by week because I just can't. I don't have restraint when it comes to storylines that are really great. Those are the two top tiers anime, that and the ninja one, obviously.
Ninja Kamui.
And that, yeah. And that is everything until we talk about our worst, if we have anything of the worst.
Ghostbusters was in my worst.
Okay. Yeah, I think
so
I'm done then. I don't have anything more to talk about.
Okay. You want to talk about the movie we watched together?
Yes, remind me. What movie did we watch together?
Devil from
Oh,
2010?
yes. Yeah, and another one I rented and paid for. It's been an expensive week, Chris.
It has, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it was a Shia LaBeouf film I haven't seen, so I was interested to have a go at it.
He didn't direct it though, right?
Didn't he?
I
Oh, no,
don't
he didn't.
think-
No, you're right. Maybe he wrote it.
He wrote it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a kind of a closed or a contained setting. I mean, it's in one building mostly, but then most of it happens in an elevator also. And the synopsis on IMDb says a group of people are trapped in an elevator and the devil is mysteriously amongst them.
Yeah.
You got Bokeem Woodbine, Chris Messina, Logan Marshall Green. What did you think about this? I'd never seen this before, and this was my choice. So
I enjoyed it mostly. Like, I thought there were elements in here that really worked. I loved you don't know who the evil one is. There's a whole setup as to something. I like that mostly it's filmed just in this lift, but then you have like this detective trying to get them out because they're all stuck. But they're also trying to work out a crime. And so there's an investigation. I think that as a premise works quite well. And then the atmosphere you can create within that lift. The people all have their strange backgrounds. They're all there for a reason. Then the lights start flickering. And every time the lights start flickering, some shit is happening. And then there's some stuff happening on the security camera. All of that I thought worked really well. It's just when it ended, I was like, didn't really go anywhere. I was like, that's it. Okay.
yeah, I liked the setup, the atmosphere, the building tension. I guessed who it was pretty early on.
But then...
No, I know. I still guessed it, though. It was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did someone mess it up for you? Or
No. It was just, as I'm looking at the characters and working through, that was the one that seemed most likely to me.
Why? That's demented. Okay, cool.
I don't know. That's how my brain works. Right. I do like the message at the end.
Yeah.
Agreed. But it's still, it is kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
I right up until that point, I mean, it's very tense. And I mean, watching all of these bad things happen, and you have like people trying to get in and they can't get in, and then the lights are flickering and weird imagery is popping up.
There's a nice supernatural element that makes everything they're trying to do to get at them worthless, which makes the viewer think, oh, they have no chance. Yeah, which I think was clever. But yeah, anticlimactic when you get to it in the end.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, like I had fun. I really loved the mentality that takes place inside the elevator, where everybody blames everybody and nobody trusts anyone. That's a great setup for just causing chaos. But you can't keep it going forever.
It's hard to keep that going forever. Yeah. The guy that plays the guy that was coming for an interview that left his tools behind.
Logan Marshall Green.
Logan, I thought he did a really good job. Like, his character was the one that I cared about most, I think.
Yeah. I love him. I mean, he's the one in Upgrade. He's
yes, of course.
He's in The Invitation, which
yes.
If you've never seen The Invitation, everybody, you need to watch that. That is a unsettling and wonderfully executed movie. But yeah. So I don't know. I'm glad I saw it. Yeah. Don't regret it, but it's also it's not something that I would revisit because it's kind of that one and done type of thing.
I don't think I'll ever watch it again. Yeah.
So
do I regret paying money for it? Maybe.
I rented it also on Prime.
Do you regret paying money for it?
Well, no, because I had a credit from Amazon, so it was free for me. Yeah. Because I order enough from Prime that when I do, I'll sometimes delay the shipping, so they'll give me credits.
I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know if that's a thing here in the UK.
Oh, yeah. No, you can choose like the Prime Day, and they'll
give you
not all the time, but sometimes they will. Yeah, sometimes it's $1.50, sometimes it's $3.
And that adds up. That's
and
nice.
they add up.
What a great incentive.
Yeah. So if I don't need it right away, which most of the time I don't. Yeah. So there you go.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Shall we move into some news?
Let's do that.
Okay. Do 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 do.
And we will get to the chat in just a bit.
I'll take what are dogs for 50L.
I don't even know what to go with that. I don't. What do you mean? What?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Argyle ends its theatrical run earning 95 million globally, and the movie cost 200 million to make. Ouch.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't that great of a movie.
I spoke to a friend yesterday. Thought it was brilliant. Gave it 4.5 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I mean, it had fun moments, but no.
So, Denis Villeneuve has just said that he will only make Dune Messiah if it can be better than Dune Part 2. Otherwise, I won't do it.
No, you have to finish the story.
I said this, and everybody in the comments when I did my review, they were like, "He's definitely going to make it. It's definitely greenlit." And I'm like, guys, you're not living in the world of reality. This is coming from a director that doesn't need to, doesn't have to, might not want to, might want to take a break. And even when he gets round to it, because he thinks he might have a script that's better than, making it better than the amazing Part 2 it is, we're 5-6 years away, for sure. Maybe more now.
Yeah. Okay. We talked about earlier Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. There's a crossover event called Pooniverse, Monsters Assemble. And it's going to include Pinocchio, Sleeping Beauty, Bambi, the Mad Hatter, and Peter Pan.
I can't wait for Bambi.
I don't even understand that. What is
I've always
Bambi's
said Bambi
a
was
horror movie. Yeah.
Okay, well, those will be movies. And talking about movies, Scarlett Johansson has been cast in Jurassic World 4. She's holding an automatic rifle and looks like she's wearing combat in this image. I was like, where is this going?
I'm pretty much done with the Jurassic things. I don't care anymore.
And for more news that I don't care about, and this one, okay, I care about it, but in the worst way possible. I care about it. Like I want to picket fence because of this news. I want to take and say why the Neverending Story is being remade.
That was on mine. Yeah,
And
a series.
I was like, fuck you. Sorry for the bad language, guys.
It's a film series. Multiple live action films is what they're looking
Just no.
No. But talking about also continuation of things,
Yeah.
Thunder Road, who's the producer behind the John Wick films, they have stepped in with the copyright holder of Dragonfly Films to make a reimagining of a third movie within the Boondock Saints franchise.
Oh, that's interesting.
The Norman Reedus and the other brother are returning.
Amazing.
I don't know if what's his name is going to return. I've never seen the second one.
I'm excited about the idea of that.
Yeah.
Whether it would be any good, I don't know. But,
Yeah, the guy who originally did it, he's stepping back, but he's going to continue with books, like to take those in a different direction. So it'll be interesting to see what that does. But
Cool.
Probably in the file this under, I am looking forward to this movie less and less and less every time I hear about it. Joker 2 is now kind of like a jukebox. It will include 15 covers of well-known songs. I thought it was a joke at first.
I thought it was a joke at first when I heard that they were doing it. I thought, you can't. There's no ways. Then I thought it was a joke because it was a musical. And then Lady Gaga was in it. It's like, okay, maybe a little better because Lady Gaga, she's an incredible singer and she can act.
Yes, she can.
I guess I have to reserve judgment until I've seen it. But at the moment, I'm like,
I'm not excited to see it. That's really what it comes down to. Every time a new announcement comes out, I'm just like, So, yeah.
I have some good news, I think.
Thank you.
Did you watch the trailer for The Acolyte?
No.
Okay, so it's a new Star Wars series from Disney. Let me give you the details about the show. It's set 100 years before The Phantom Menace, so we're getting a new time zone, which we haven't had content in before. They didn't use the VFX, the volume VFX.
The wall thing?
Yeah, it's called volume. Yeah, they didn't use it at all. It was filmed like Andor. Okay? So practical, real sets.
Real sets, yeah.
Yeah. 8 episodes, about 30 minutes apiece. It's pitched as a multi-season show, and it incorporates the EU Legends lore. So there are some characters we're going to see that we've wanted to see that we haven't before.
Okay.
That is how you do a Star Wars series.
While I have not seen the trailer, I have seen all of the vehemence and hate that has erupted, and it just makes me wonder. They should almost just say, you know what? F you all. We're never doing a Star Wars thing again in your lifetime.
Yeah, but that would mean that all the actual true Star Wars fans, the ones that can like new things, the small minority of people that hate everything are the loudest on the internet.
But we've seen that has an effect. I mean, look at when like Ms. Marvel, or the Marvels, when that was, I mean, people avoided it in the theater because of that small vocal minority.
So funny when they came to Disney and streaming, and everybody was like, why did I listen to everybody that was like complaining about it? I watched this, and this was incredible.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you are listening to a misogynist give you commentary on something that is female-led, well, you get what you listen to then.
Talking of which, Captain Marvel 3 has been cancelled.
Why? Seriously?
Yeah, it's totally shelved by Marvel.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
I think Marvel are scrambling because they don't quite know what to do.
Where they're going and what they're doing. Yeah.
Especially as they've had to recast their main protagonist bad guy. Mm-hmm. And so now they can't call it the Kang Dynasty. They're just calling it Avengers 5.
Well, and I think I think Deadpool may have a hand in some of this.
Yeah. Well, I think, the time thing, they were going to address some things and fix it that way, which will be great.
Yeah.
That is all my news. Have you got any more?
I have no more news. Should we go to the comments before we go to what we're looking for?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let me write down the time code really quick. Just because. All right. Nope. Wrong time. There we go. I got to find out where we were at. Okay,
well, you're in the US. I'm in the UK.
You think I'm in the U.S. I'm not.
But my VPN says otherwise.
Oh, man. We had a dollar theater, yeah. And I know that Mr. Flickster used to live in Northern California. And so, yeah, we had a dollar theater near us, and that was great. So, I mean, they were, it was a couple, after the movies had made their normal run, but they weren't old movies. I mean, it's not like they had gone to video or something and then come back in. It was... 3 weeks after a movie was out, it was at the dollar theater and you could go and see it. So
nice.
That was cool. Got the Flood, the Fall of Reach, and the start to Halo 1 in this weird timeline.
Yeah, it's a weird timeline. Yeah. But I'm really enjoying it. I like what they're doing. Yeah.
Nice. So Badger said if they made a true adaptation of the Master Chief, it would be more like the movie
Yeah,
Hardcore
but-
Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not right. And it'd be silent protagonist. Oh, it just you can't. You want some drama in there. You want to build the character, show us like the stuff we haven't seen from him. You get to play as him, but you don't really know his backstory and stuff. So, yeah.
Jen Taylor doing the voice, who is also Cortana in the game. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I think she was recast for season 2. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yep. Chris, everybody's.
Oh,
Yeah. I like D Live. Oh, no, Devil. Okay. Typing too fast. Okay. Fair enough. I get that.
that's how my brain works. Delight.
My 2 words that I always misspell in typing are and, because it always comes out ADN,
ADN.
and the, TEH.
Yeah.
Always.
Not
Just-
F.
yeah. F? Oh,
ETH.
T, yeah. My YouTube travel. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
So glad there. Winnie the Pooh now has Poohniverse. Yeah. And I could really, that name is inappropriate. But anyway, we'll move on from that. Devil felt like a Twilight Zone episode. I could see that. A slightly longer, a longer Twilight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Invitation. Yes. That is a... Ruben, you've seen The Invitation, right?
I think so. What was that?
It's Logan Marshall Green and his girlfriend go to this dinner party, and a weird cultish guy has been invited, and there's like uncomfortable conversations as it goes along, and then
Oh, this to do with people with pointy teeth?
no, that is a terrible movie.
'Cause
Don't
I
watch
didn't
that.
like
That is a crap movie. No,
Okay.
it was
I
also
don't know
called
that
The
I've seen it.
Invitation. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's going on our list that we had that I'm going to make you watch, because that is
Okay, cool.
spectacular. Another movie in this same genre, in the same vein, except different, is called The Last Supper, and it's an indie film from late '90s, early 2000s.
When the world is ending and they're all having the Last Supper together. Is that the one?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's got Jamie Gertz and Ron Eldard, Ron Perlman, Courtney B. Vance, Cameron Diaz. It is.
I don't think I've seen it. Okay.
It's hard to find. I don't know if you can even. I don't even know if it's for rent. You may have to.
Did you just make it up and it's not real?
No, it's 1995.
Oh, that's way old.
I love it. I love that movie because it is just, it gets progressively more unhinged, and it's so good. Going back to the comments, they can't leave classics alone. No, they cannot.
No.
Retzlaff is good with the never-ending story as long as the song is still part of it. I'm just waiting for them to, just with
How are you
Artax.
going to recreate Artax's moment? Like, I just don't think you'll capture the same, or the Gamork. Like, it's that was terrifying because of the way it was portrayed. The racing snail,
Oh my gosh.
the rock monster, the rock biter, the stupid bat, the princess that I had a crush on when I was young. You just
Absolutely, yeah.
you can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. The stupid name, Bastion. Bastion, give me a name. Yeah. Moon Love Bloodgood, I think is what her actual name is. And everybody has like, what was the name? It was some really random, like, who named your mother, man? Seriously.
Yeah, that is a terrible name. Okay, so Yale, if you didn't like Dune Part 1 and you fell asleep, Dune Part 2 is more exciting. It is still long. and it
My
has
son's
slow-mo.
favorite film of all time now. I was so surprised. He came back from the cinema because he just watched one and he enjoyed it. And him and his friend, they're at uni, and they came back and he's just like texting me, saying, "This is the best movie I've ever seen." And he just like, it's spectacular, like in all parts. So, yes.
I think you can. I mean, just know that it is a little long, and there, yeah. So
There's sand.
there is sand. Yes. Naoki wants to know if we're excited about Abigail. Ruben.
So much.
I wish that they didn't show as much as they did in the trailer,
Yeah, I agree. But
but
what they showed me made me want to go and watch it. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm going to force my
Exactly.
wife to watch that one with me.
It's just right up my alley. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Okay, Niket wants to know if we've seen The Intern with Robert De Niro, Anne Hathaway. Did you
Yes,
see-
I've seen The Intern. Love that film.
I do too. It was a really pleasant surprise.
I'm going to disappear for 3 seconds as I swap battery, but I'm not going to move. It's by magic.
Okay,
Okay.
there we go. Fair enough. All right.
I'm still here though.
Are you?
Yeah,
You
I'm
well,
talking,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't believe you're here.
I am. See, my voice is not changing. I'm here.
Harvinder wants to know: will Dead Boy Detective last as long as Lockwood?
Oh, you mean being cancelled in the first season? Yes, probably.
That's disappointing, right?
You
Because
didn't
Dead
like
Boy Detective,
Lockwood. I loved Lockwood.
I did.
Lockwood and Co.
Yeah, I didn't.
I
It was
loved
okay.
it so much.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, I was not on the same. Dead Boy. That hasn't come out though yet, has it? Isn't that
No,
coming
it's,
out
it's
like
not
in
out
a
yet.
couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do want to see that one, but okay. Let's go.
We all caught up.
We're all caught up. Yeah.
Nice. The battery just died from the one that was swapped. Babe,
Oops! Oh, I removed myself from the state. That was funny. Okay, there we go. I'll do that instead. Okay. So, are you still able to talk, or do you get up and leave from there completely? Okay, great show. Ruben has left. Okay, so some of the things that are coming up this week, like I said, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. I'm calling it Electric Boogaloo. That is coming out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the U.S., at least where I'm at. It's a 3-night event. Tickets are more expensive than they normally are, but definitely worth, I think, going to see. Ruben is back again. Let's see if his battery dies.
there's a comment there that's so funny.
Let me get to that because everybody should get to see that one. The AI known as Ruben requires a hard reboot.
I tell you what, I require hard reboots a lot during the day as my brain spirals and goes.
Oh, that's so funny. That's
That
so
is
funny.
so funny.
Okay,
Okay, so are we talking about what we're looking forward to?
yeah, I mentioned Electric Boogaloo. There's The Believers. It's a season 1 coming out to Netflix on Wednesday. I think
Have you ever
it's
seen the film called The
Indonesian.
Cat Person?
Cat Person? No,
Or
what?
just Cat Person. There's a
Person.
in the UK. There's a film
Oh,
called
yes.
Cat Person.
Yes.
I've never seen it, but I heard good things, and it's weird and creepy. Did you review it, Chris?
I won't. No, I saw it last year at Sundance in
Right.
2023. It's been out in Hulu now for a while here in the U.S.
Okay.
It's a little creepy and unsettling.
It was meant to be, though, wasn't it?
It is. I didn't ultimately, I think, love it. I mean, it was fine. It was good. It had some really good elements and some messed up portions, but yeah.
The thing I'm most looking forward to this week is called
Yes.
Ronja, the robber's daughter. It's based on an anime, but it's not. It's live action, but it's not English as far as I'm aware. It's a
No,
Swedish.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Season 1, part 1.
Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to this because I'm a big fan of the animated series. So, yeah. If you want to watch the animated series on Amazon.
Oh, is it? Okay. There's I think a feel-good movie with Bill Nighy coming out on Friday called The Beautiful Game. It's coming on Netflix. It's
Bill
about,
Nighy, the science guy.
No. The dude with the hands, his hands are like it's arthritis or something like that, where he can't move most of his fingers anymore. It looks incredibly painful, but he's a spectacular actor. He was Davy Jones.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Rest in Peace?
I know that it's coming to Netflix, and it's on my list, but no, I have not. I don't have
Cool.
anything. Yeah,
You don't have anything to say about it?
I don't know anything about it, but it looked from the poster, it looked good enough that I wanted to watch it. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
there's a series called, or a movie called The Wages of Fear. Netflix again. Lots of Netflix stuff this week. Heart of the Hunter also. Both of those, The Wages of Fear and Heart of the Hunter, coming to on Friday.
Yeah, so Heart of the Hunter is a South African film. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on that one.
Yeah, I'm hesitant on some of those. I love that the world is smaller because
Yeah.
of these streaming services, and we get to experience cultures from all over the place. But not everybody's content is as engaging as I would hope.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
There's A Gentleman in Moscow. It's a movie coming to Paramount Plus on Friday.
Oh, right. I thought you were like talking about a new friend.
There is, yes. I've decided to move on from the UK, and I'm now going to Russia instead.
Right.
So, ta-ta for now.
Kung Fu Panda 4 comes out to the UK on the 28th of March.
Oh, really? Well, that's fun. Are you looking forward to it?
No,
Okay. Are you going to go see it?
probably not.
Okay.
And I love the
enough.
trilogy. However, Mother's Instinct comes out on the 29th, which is an interesting cast, but it looks like an interesting story. It looks very dramatic and sad and dark, but two great actresses in there. Have you seen that yet?
What is it called again?
Mother's Instinct.
Mother's Instinct. I don't. That doesn't sound. What? It's recent.
Yes.
Huh.
Yep. Pretty much brand spanking new.
Oh, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain.
Yep.
No, I haven't. It doesn't even have like a release date for the U.S.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously we have Godzilla X Kong, the
X-Kong.
new Empire. Yeah. So basically Transformers meets.
Kaiju.
Yeah. And it's going to be stupid, but I will love the monster mashing.
I'm totally there for it. I think it's going to be spectacularly dumb. And as long as they destroy things and lots of fighting, good to go, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Anything else on your list?
I don't. No, I wanted to say that there was something on Apple coming out, but I guess not. Well, there is a documentary actually on Friday coming to Apple. Steve, with an
It's called
exclamation
Steve.
point, and then in parentheses, Martin, a documentary in 2 pieces, is coming out on the 29th.
Okay.
So there's, and then if you have kids and you care about this, Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock Season 2 is coming also on Friday. To Apple.
The embargo for Loot Season 2 lifts on the 25th, so a couple of days. But it actually releases, the first episode comes out April 3rd. So,
Yeah. Did you like the first season?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. I liked the first season. I mean, it was fine. It grew on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more that we're just missing.
Right?
Yeah.
There's got to be. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
There's a couple coming in April that just
Yeah.
like
April
I'm
gonna
really
be-
excited
good.
for.
Yeah.
Well, if you like things in Netflix, like I don't know, there's the Testament, the story of Moses, which is a documentary,
It's not a documentary. It's one of those that has.
docudrama type of
Yeah,
things.
I'll be
I can't
avoiding
do
that.
this.
Yeah, it's got all those flipping specialists. So they'll do some of the drama and then they'll break it up, and you'll just get this weird interview.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
like-
don't.
No, I don't want that.
Yeah, that doesn't. No. Mm-mm. Okay. Is It Cake is also coming.
When?
The 29th.
I can't wait. Of April.
No, March.
Oh, March. I'll be watching that.
Is this something you enjoy?
Yes, love it. My wife and I are there every episode. We're like, is it gay? Is it? And then we laugh when we're wrong. Yeah. Fallout, the series is coming out in April. Just thought I would bring it up. Like really early in April. I'm very excited for that.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? No?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Let's hit up the chat one last time before we say goodbye.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me get up to where we were. So we saw that one. Let's see here. Bastion and Neverending Story was great. Cocoon, Daryl, Secret Garden.
Oh, yes. Cocoon's aged somewhat. I did actually watch that recently, and I was like, oof, this is old now. But I love the concept. Daryl, my word, I haven't watched that. If you do Daryl D.A.R.Y.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
The automated boy that, he wants to be a real boy. It's the Pinocchio story. Yeah, that was good. And Secret Garden, gosh, I haven't seen those films in years.
Daryl from 1985. Wow.
Have you even seen it?
I want to say I have, but once if I did.
It's really fun. It's in the same feeling as like Flight of a Navigator.
Yeah. Okay. I've never seen Secret Garden. I know that.
Okay.
So, but that's okay. Let's see here. Mr. Flickster's looking forward to Tarot.
I can pull a card for you if you like.
I saw the trailer for that for the first time in front of Immaculate.
Oh. And did it look any good?
For me, no. It looked
Did
exactly
it have
like I thought it was
evil
going
tarot
to.
cards?
Yes. Yes. It's a teenage YA type of
Why are they making tarot
setup.
cards evil now, man? Ugh.
I don't know.
Everything's
I don't know.
evil.
Who knows? It could be really good. It could have some really great setups in it. I don't know. The trailer didn't do it for me, but that doesn't mean anything. The First Omen. Are you looking forward to the First Omen, Rumen?
I don't know. I was never really that infatuated with the originals. Like I watched them.
Okay.
I was like, I like the memes and the jokes. Like Damien. Anybody that was ever named Damien, I felt sorry for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do. I am intrigued though because Nell Tiger Free is the protagonist in this. She's the one from Servant,
Oh, okay.
and she does. I mean, it looks like a
does
similar
creepy well.
character. Yeah, she
Yeah.
does do creepy well. So we'll see. Maybe it's just a continuation of that type of character, and if that's the case, then that gets a little old. I would like to see something
Yeah. Do something
different.
Yeah, there's some actors that just take the same roles. They never. You just
Deviate
see
from
them.
that,
Yeah.
Do you think Dune is more of a men's film, like men enjoying it more than women, if there's even such a thing?
I mean, I think this day and age, identity is so fluid. I literally just think it's what you like as a person. What flicks your switch? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is harder to. Well, and you know what? Like, I love rom-coms and I love musicals.
Yeah, exactly.
And traditionally, like if you looked back in the 70s, 80s, that was a girly thing.
Yeah, so if you're a guy and you like that, you're basically gay.
Yeah.
But now,
And
it's that doesn't matter. I mean, which is
No.
great. It's a great place to be in.
absolutely. It has no bearing on gender or orientation or anything
okay,
else.
let me say that it's a great place to be in if you're in first world, but we're still living in the dark ages in most of the world, which is still third world, and they will stone or kill you for even pretending to be that. Yeah.
True. That's a good point. Which is sad because you should be able to enjoy something
Yep.
if you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So,
Like, serial killing. I enjoy that, but nobody lets me do it.
well, yeah. I'm just gonna move on. Looking forward to Fallout next month. Yes, I think that would be. It should be fun. And what's the video game?
I saw the
movie?
trailer for the first time, and it looks
Oh yeah,
great.
yeah. Okay. Borderlands 2 for me because I didn't play the game.
Yeah.
Even though I own some of the games, it looks fun to me. I'm sure that the people who have played the game, who feel close to the game, are probably not as into it.
Borderlands 2 is one of the best co-op game experiences you'll have. Great story and really easy to like just jump in and out of. Yeah.
Okay, I have 3. I have Borderlands 3.
Oh, that's pretty good as well.
I may have it on 2 on our Xbox. I don't know.
Lots of fantasy stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen You Can Call Me Bill?
Never heard of it.
I've never even heard of that. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. Can Call Me Bill with it's like a documentary-ish with William Shatner.
Oh, maybe
That's-
I have now. Is that on Paramount?
Not yet. It's in theaters.
Oh,
That
really?
is I also am surprised that is. It's a 96-minute documentary.
Odd. Okay. Well, that's definitely not coming to theaters yet.
Yeah, I would wait for streaming on that as well.
Yeah.
Cape Fear, Robert De Niro menacing
Yes.
in that movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but yeah.
I remember that film having lots of presents. Yeah.
Yes. Ruben, don't let what Mr. Flickster said ruin Kung Fu Panda 4.
It's too late, Mr. Flickster. Too late. The damage is done.
Oh, okay. Okay. Chris Retzloff, thanks so much for the super chat. Most anticipated watches this week. Again, the next episode of Shogun.
Yes.
It's a great series. And I'm glad that you are enjoying a briefcase full of potential money with people on an island.
Wow.
It's kind of like food for me. See, this is the thing. If I don't eat it, there's more for you. So I'm not going to watch, which means you can watch it
Sure,
more.
that's how it works for TV land.
That's totally how it works. There's only a certain number of views that you can watch, right? And so if I steal one and I don't appreciate it or enjoy it, I'm taking away from somebody else like Chris, and that's
gosh.
not fair.
Okay. Sure. Your world sounds great, Chris.
I'm really glad though because that's the thing. I can say this with true honesty. If you love watching a show, then that is awesome. Yay. That's what we want, right? We want you to find stuff that you enjoy. So even if I don't like it,
Chris, I think you broke Chris. Oh, that's funny.
because Ruben and I, we don't agree on everything. Ruben's wrong a lot of the times.
Yes, I am, but not when it comes to movies.
Okay. Yes, Godzilla X Kong, sweet. Godzilla -1. Oh my gosh. Oh, you got to see the black and white one. I have not seen
that's
that yet.
so cool. It isn't around us, man.
I'm hoping that when the Blu-ray or 4K comes out, that it contains both versions.
Yeah, that'd
It
be
is.
awesome.
I cannot wait to watch this again. Yeah, it's the little train that could and blew everybody away and showed us how to make.
I mean, it won the Oscar. It proved how good it was. Yeah.
Terra looks like a mix of 14 Ghosts, or is that 13 Ghosts? And Ouija. I like 13 Ghosts. That one with Matthew.
I hate
Lillard.
the way Ouija is spelled. I hate it. My brain just breaks when I see that word. It's Ouija, but you say Ouija? The hell, man.
Okay, let me blow your mind. My grandmother's name was Ouida, Ouida. Yeah, I know, right? Season 2, episode 6 of Invincible.
Yeah. Yeah, that just came out yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, did you like the series? The rest
Awesome.
of it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
great. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Dune 2, can't wait. Can't bear to visit the cinema nowadays in the UK.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Kind of like
It is. People just don't
UK.
care. They're on their phones playing Cookie Crumbler or something stupid, or literally having phone calls, the noises, or having an argument, or laughing inappropriately at things. Just
Yeah, there's a critic who laughs at the strangest things, and he laughs loud and he laughs long. And I'm like, I mean, I roll my eyes because I'm like, dude, there was nothing funny about that. Like, I don't even know how you could interpret.
You know what it
something
is?
Humorous.
In his ears, he's listening to a funny podcast. Which is why he's just there watching the images because he's so bored with movies now. He's done over 4,000 reviews, and he's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was at a movie though one time where I swear people in the audience were paid to laugh or cheer. There was one time because the movie was terrible and the reactions to people was inappropriate. Like they were laughing when like you could tell a joke was told,
Yeah.
but it wasn't funny. The setup wasn't funny.
Yeah.
And yet these people are like laughing way too hard.
So there could have been a bought audience where they wanted to try and change the atmosphere of the press people there, so they would write better reviews, so that we get better money. Yeah, doesn't work, guys.
Yeah, no. Counselor, come out wherever you are. That's to Niket from Chris, so there you go. Deal, Chris. See? Okay, you took deal. See? That's great. Did you win? I don't know, because I didn't watch, so I mean, I'm guessing that you did.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I've never seen Deal No Deal or whatever that is.
You
I
haven't?
presume it's a live reality show.
It's a game show with Howie Mandel, who's completely germophobic and won't
Oh,
touch
Howie
people.
from
America's Got Talent.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's done other things in his life.
yeah. I think about that's the only thing I know him from. Yeah.
Okay. The TED TV show, then the films. I've never seen the films, and I've never seen the show.
Yes, is the answer to that. The series amazingly is better than the films. Yeah, because the writing is much better.
Well, that
Or maybe
makes
it always needed to be a series because of the flow, the pacing just works better.
works
Yeah.
better. Looper, Niket, Ruben, have you
Like
seen
10
Looper?
times. Like 10 times. Yeah, it's fantastic. One of the best timey-wimey films.
That's Ryan Johnson, right?
Yeah,
Directing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnson, the Last Jedi that everybody hated.
Yeah, and the makeup that Joseph Gordon-Levitt has to make him look like Bruce Willis
So clever.
is so good. Yeah.
Oh, that's Emily Blunt as well, right?
Is it?
I gotta
Do you know,
check that
it's
now.
been forever.
Suddenly my brain is like, was she the mother? Who was the mother?
Emily Blunt is in it. You're right.
Yeah.
Paul Dano. Wow.
Amazing cast. That film is excellent.
That is.
It is
I'm gonna
definitely
have
like every couple of years ago, I go, I need to watch that film.
There's so many people in it. I'm gonna have to rewatch this. It's
so
been a
good.
long time.
Yeah, great film.
So yeah, Bobby's World. Shiny. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know that's a show or a series or animated or something like that. But does that mean anything to you, Ruben?
No, I presume Bobby's World is Bobby's World.
Okay, fair enough.
It's an animated. Oh, Howie Mandel's in Bobby's World. He's a voice.
Oh, he does the voice.
Yeah.
See, look, we got the context. That's awesome.
Cool.
All right. So, friends, hey, thank you so much for joining us. We seem to get longer and longer and not shorter and shorter. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but you've stuck with us, so we appreciate that.
I love chatting to you guys. It's really fun.
Yeah, you guys have got some great comments, some great laughter, and I'm glad that there's the ongoing conversations that get referenced week to week, so that it becomes just a big friends chat. So thank you. Don't forget we have our Patreon, patreon.com/thebeardedones. £1 gets you in. There's several of them that are outside the paywall, but there's over 90 videos now, Ruben, that range.
I need to put. Have I put Annihilation up yet? I'm
No,
not
you
sure.
have not put Annihilation up. No.
Okay, I'll put up Annihilation today.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. So there's just new ones getting added all the time. This week, we're also talking about When I Consume You, which
It's a movie.
it is a movie. And see, the beauty of the Patreon is that you can make us watch movies and shows. And Yutaka gave us one that was wow. So yeah, it was there. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, everything.
Red Comet. He's just gone. Everyone, yeah, you can relax. Yeah, we're literally doing the
Wrapping
goodbyes,
up.
dude.
Yeah. Red Comet. Just so you don't have to go all the way back to the very beginning, congratulations on getting the movie quote quiz at the very beginning. You're in Tara Briscoe, so awesome there. So glad you could join us right at the end. Welcome. Oh, man, we appreciate everybody. So glad that you're here. And we will see you next week. Okay? Does that sound good? Take care.